All
Ma-
right. Uh, let's hit it off with our prologue for the evening. Tonight's prologue is sponsored by HelloFresh again. Shout out to HelloFresh for delivering the box to the wrong address 3 times in a row.
Hell yeah.
That's 3 weeks in a row. The wrong delivery address, the house at the street behind ours. Thanks. I had to track it down all 3 times. They will not be sponsoring anymore because we've canceled our subscription since.
Hey,
Oh.
yeah.
He said,
Was it
No,
Goodbye,
Factor?
Fresh.
Factor's the other one that channels
Mm.
the.
I
Yeah.
canceled my Factor because they kept messing it up.
Blue
I did the
Apron.
whole situation. I did Blue Apron for a while. That wasn't bad. They didn't mess up the orders at least.
baby.
The Factor every single week would
It's good.
mess up something.
Really? Fisco did Factor for a long time. He,
Supposed to be down with Mama.
I don't know.
Eventually, it all kind of tastes the same, and you kind of burn out of it.
Yeah.
I never had any issues with HelloFresh.
What am I eating for
But-
dinner? I'm eating this thing that you ate for dinner.
I also don't live in a complicated to deliver place, I suppose.
Mhm.
Like you do really have to fuck up. Or just not be able to read numbers.
Very uncomplicated place to find.
Yeah, I feel like usually we're pretty good at that. We usually get mail because there's a church right next door to us, and we get mail to that church all the time. That I have to then drive over and like deliver into their mailbox. That's my biggest thing.
Much nicer than I would be.
I'm always kind of curious. Some of these envelopes they're sending in. I'm like,
Yeah.
God thinks
Like,
about
oh,
for your
Ooh,
donation.
donations. Man, that really is.
100%. 100% a blank check from somebody.
Yeah.
I was thinking they like
I trust God's will. All right.
Goodwill donation versus Godwill donation. Yeah, kind of thing.
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Cool. If you're reading this, it means I've since passed on to the fields of Arcadia, and you've also broken out of my trap that's guarded this book. Well done, fellow magician. I was stuck inside the shell for almost 3 days the first time I trapped myself accidentally. What unfortunate luck. Anyhow, I'm dead now, and do not require the services of such a book, though it has served well as a receptacle for my musings and magics that I have come to think of as the meat and potatoes of my craft. In life, I was able to use all sorts of magics, but my true love was always the divine, and that is what you will find in the following pages. I assisted Taurus, personally, seeing to it that others stayed away from him. Up until my death, I was able to ward off, redirect, and beguile many creatures who came too close. Though in fits of rage or madness, I'm not sure which, the one in charge may have torn a few lost souls asunder for intruding. Again, I digress. I hope you take care of my book, and if Taurus is still down in the maze, please care for him. He is deeply sensitive, and he is a kind soul, but the public drove him away from his passion for nature and the open air. He always despised any lack of control. He referred to his deification as a prison, and it was my humble honor to absolve him, even just slightly, of that societal cage. Well, I'm growing tired now, and the oil in the lamps is burning low. I fear tonight or tomorrow may be my last, and I'd like to spend it with my dear friend, instead of writing a note to nobody. Farewell, and farewell. And please do try your very best to use this book for good. I was a holy man, but not blindly so. These incantations can be used with evil intent, and my book will not allow that to happen. It will know if you try. And if you should try, you will be dealt with accordingly. Back to the present.
That was
Damn.
a fun prologue.
that was a very cool
Clever
prologue.
choice.
Sweet.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, guys.
Also, have we actually all collectively rebranded him as Tauros now instead of Taurus? I think we've all accepted at this point.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, no.
Or it's what I hear all the time now. So it's just
That
I
makes sense. The
I
public
heard-
decides what a deity is.
I heard Taurus from Barlow's.
I think
Oh,
you.
did
I think
you?
you said.
Maybe-
Well, I think
I
you
think
said
you're
one of
safe.
each.
Okay,
Oh,
maybe I'm
okay.
just
Maybe.
give him a
Maybe.
second for it.
Maybe
Regardless,
thinking
good
about it
call-out.
correctly. If I don't, then I say the Pokemon.
What's that one illusion? The audio illusion, like like the two words that sound the same.
There was one that had like 7 that worked for it.
Oh,
Oh
Um,
God.
the
That
Yanni
sounds
and
terrible.
Laurel or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, is it a blue and black dress or is it a white and gold dress?
Ah, yes.
You're trapped
What's
in this maze until you can figure it out for sure.
That was
Okay, let's words. Well, I guess we're
All right.
recapping.
Yeah, who would like to recap?
There's a bunch of stuff.
Whole bunch of
Paper.
I wrote some things, but
I know Brackle got stuck in a book for a bit.
Mhm.
yeah.
Teth dispels magic on the god that was petrified and frozen in time. So the band, we got a lot of history check on that. The bands, the arcane bands of reincarnation. So that was pretty freaking cool. Thank you, Bard Bracklebaff, alliteration.
Good call on the legend lore casting too. That was pretty sick.
that. I think Billy told me to do that.
It was my idea, and I got inspiration for it.
No, it was.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was still right because your name's Billy. So
Yeah. So we were going through the maze. Found a monster and avoided it. Didn't fight it. And then I'm trying to actually remember what path we were taking.
You guys are
You
kind
guys
of on
were
the left side.
along the left-hand side. Now that it's open, you were mainly in this area over here. You spent a lot of time over in that direction.
Urzak revealed his reaching tactics with candles.
Yeah, throwing candles at walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a bunch of shit with Minotaur. He ended up crumbling to dust. And then he was possessing Teth for a while. And Michael was rolling like shit. So I thought he was totally cool. Vern did some detect thoughts on Teth and was able to read the mind of the spirit of Taurus. And basically, he found out that he was concerned for Teth's well-being if he stayed in there. We went back to the coffins and transferred the spirit over. They actually found out that oh god, I can't remember the name of the wristbands now.
That's not the official
Arcane
name.
Bands of Reincarnation.
That
Hell
sounds
yeah.
right,
That's
yeah.
what I wrote down.
That's what we'll go with for now.
ABR.
Yep. And basically found out that he was kind of a test subject, prisoner of Isik, living in some amount of misery. And through some discussion between each other, decided that perhaps even better than splitting his soul to, in a ways, bring him with us / free him, was that we would split it 3 ways and store some of him in the Blade of Lendis. There was a brief conversation between Urzak and Devlin, where Urzak made sure she was okay having a powerful roommate. That's about all I remember. Oh, Zorn also appeared. We have a
Yeah.
Zorn now.
Oh, yeah.
Eric's doing his treasure goblin shit, and Zorn is literally smashing and grabbing.
And we have no idea.
I think last he sent him to look for some hooves. golden hooves of
Yeah.
jumping or some
Oh,
shit like
yeah.
that.
No, the hooves are what? Like a magical arm strike kind of thing? Sounds like? Or
Yeah.
magical arm strike? Yeah.
Mhm.
The golden hooves.
If you have hooves, so none of you could use
Wear
them.
them over here.
Just
Like,
put
I
like
suppose Ion could use them.
put some
Ion could
molding
use
on Teth. Give him hooves.
I mean, I can get a different mechanical hand that's just a hoof, and then I can wear one of them.
That's true.
I have dragon feet.
I still want him to sell. Sorry.
I mean, if they're in here, Zorn will find them eventually.
One of
He's
the
getting through
ideals
all
that because Eric's my first ever character, and I just started using like the D&D Beyond. You go to the background, and it's like you just roll for ideals. One of them was like an eye for like precious things. So this is funny. It's like
Would
There you go.
coming to
He's,
fruition.
he's a smith. That makes a lot of sense.
would Taurus be aware that Eric is currently cursed by a gold ring that was in his temple?
Mm, it's a good question.
Was
Probably
I
just letting Eric be all creepy and weird around us and
was
not
I
gonna say
being
anything.
okay?
I don't think that he would know. I
Okay.
think that he's severely underpowered right now, and I think that he's resigned himself to just kind of a life of just existing. So
Can-
he's not the most perceptive that he's ever been at this point.
Okay. So it's like something that was left behind by a follower or something. It wasn't a
If
trap left by
if you
Taurus.
get a hold of the coin and you identify it,
It's a coin.
there are a couple other items in here in this place
Oh.
that have the kind that aren't cursed in the same way, but have like the same magical reading. The book being one of them. So if you get them all and really sit down and identify all of them, you would probably learn that they're all created by the same person, probably.
Interesting. Okay.
But
So who knows how
that being
long
said,
that coin is now.
speaking of
Erzak-
Eric being creepy,
Urzak's gonna pick up a curse book that makes him read, like
God.
desire to read everything. Like, hold on, like I gotta go read this chapter.
I mean, he picked that up like 60 years ago. No, Eric did something really funny and creepy to Vern. I don't remember what it was though. It was like wanted him to pay him for like a back massage or something weird like that, or
Oh, I think he was asking you for money, or he was asking you for something. Like he was just
I
asking
borrowed
you
money from Brackle.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
you
there's
got,
a
like,
back massage.
Threw coins at him.
yeah.
something
Hey, man.
weird there.
You spot me a 5? Yeah.
I remember that.
I mean, Vern's up into a back massage. You know, a little pampering like the old days.
I did declare
Stuff
like
on the
Eric's
muscle.
intention to just like shadow Vern, being that his reputation for having wealth. Yeah.
How did you get so rich? Let me learn how to do that.
Oh
Let
yeah,
me learn
shadow
how to
like
be
that.
born into a wealthy family.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No. This is more like waiting opportunities to.
To steal from. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get on his life insurance policy.
I will befriend you to the point that you make me your beneficiary.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I see your parents aren't right. Do you have a beneficiary? You know.
Exactly.
All right. Well, while Donovan is on his way back, this place is very strange in the sense that you've only been here for a little while, maybe an hour, close to an hour, walking around, figuring things out, dealing with Tauros. Gosh, now I'm doing it too. But it feels incredibly familiar. The magical readings are both arcane and divine. It's very clear that there was an arcane magic user that lived here for quite some time. There are clues all over the place. Obviously, the spell book and the spell scrolls, as well as the written history of Azura. Um, you would know that the way it's written, the vernacular is very much that of a wizard. You guys, I think all of you would be able to recognize that. So this is a place that's quite familiar in magical feel for all of you. It's giving you all very strange vibes. Um, Vern, I would like you to make a sanity check for me, please.
Oh, wow.
Got him.
Rather than saying like, "Oh, no one else has moved at all."
Take that, depression.
Oh, wait. For sanity, I
Fine.
select an ability. Wait.
It should
Maybe-
just be whatever your modifier is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way then. And all right. Okay.
All right.
14. Oh. Wait.
Dirty.
Oh, you
no,
actually.
never I didn't think I clicked anything. Did you make that other thing pop up? Oh, Okay, interesting. Also kind of scary too. I closed that window in Roll20 or in D&D Beyond. That's strange.
Either way, you save.
Oh, good. Okay.
You have as you're back in this room, Vern, you take a glance into the side room again. You just happen to look over here, look at the scrolls that you picked up of the machines that you are eager to look at later on, and you just have a flash in your mind of your mother's face, very similar to that which you experienced in the campsite the night before.
Oh,
But faster. Just a split second. She's there in your mind's eye, and then she's gone.
oh. Do I feel like it's anything unusual or just like, oh, it's probably just residual from before?
You feel incredibly comforted by it. It doesn't necessarily feel insidious or anything. It, but it also doesn't feel strange. It just feels like it's supposed to be happening almost.
Okay. Well, I mean, Vern wouldn't say anything about it. He just enjoy that warm feeling. He wouldn't be like, "Hey guys, I just thought about my mom, and it made me happy." So he'll just keep it to himself and enjoy the warmth.
All right, with Donovan back, what is the plan for taking care of Taurus?
Great fucking question.
So he's back
Wow.
in a new body, right?
He is back in his new body. That is correct.
Urzak, before we make plans, I have one more question for Taurus.
It's not going anywhere, but ask away.
Taurus, tortured one.
Yes.
I'm just gonna lean into Brackle or into Eric's ear and say, "I don't think that's how you should address him."
Oh, heavily tortured and
No, that's not better.
distressed soul. What is it like existing before Azura itself? Where did we come from?
What's it like being really fucking old?
I was gonna say I don't think he came with Melora. If I remember correctly, like whenever the Presidium came to Azura.
I think he's like
Yeah, he
3,000 years old.
did not come with Melora, but he was there towards the beginning. So he is
Ah.
thousands of years old.
So then just
Um,
sort of refrain it to be like, Taurus,
That's a beautiful planet.
is Azura everything you've imagined it was going to be from the beginning?
You a grown up.
hey, baby.
This is Taurus's answer.
Yep.
Hey, yeah, whatever
Just like
you
Basil.
say,
Yeah,
that's
it's
canon
canon.
now. This is Taurus's new voice.
Yes. He's coming with us.
Oh, wait.
No, we're not going to turn the light off. Papa's going to keep the light on.
Taurus, it's already dark enough in here.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything goes black.
Dad.
What?
I see the iron that they taught into this.
What'd you say? Inspiration for
Well,
everybody, Taurus?
This is not
Oh,
being
cute.
wakened by the sounds. Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
Hello,
Hi.
great Taurus.
Taurus. Hi, we're right here.
Hi.
Can you not see?
The iron.
What?
No, Paul didn't put it back
I was trying to put it back there, but you started taking it off. All right, let's leave it right there, okay? Okay, you can say hello. Listen, you don't have to be right up next to it. They can hear you from here.
Hello into it.
Okay?
Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
hello.
Hello? Huh? Hello?
Oh,
That's a dead, yeah.
He's like
Your mama.
exploring his vocal cords.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
You never stop talking.
Hello.
Let's hear that vocal range.
Say bye-bye, dudes.
Hello?
bye, dudes.
Have a good game.
Guys, no. Always and the way.
Have a good poop.
Oh, sure.
Oh, he had this, mama.
Hey, mama.
Man, it was just yesterday when he was knocking down the baby gate.
I know. Okay. Sorry, I could not concentrate on what you were asking me. You were asking Taurus if he liked how Azura had turned out,
What?
or if it was.
Okay, so Taurus, you were there in the beginning,
Yes.
and the gods surely had a plan for Azura.
Yes.
I mean, you may be the wrong person to ask, having been down here for so long and dwelling away from.
Yes.
You know what? No, I'm just kidding. Did they set a plan for what a contingency to continue after themselves? Have you heard the news? They're not all intact.
I obviously you're trying to be truthful here. He's going to insight check you
Mm.
because he has not heard the news. He's been dealing with his own shit.
I mean, I'm not panicked about saying it. Like I'm freaking out. Like, oh God, what's going to happen? One of our gods is. But I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm super like enjoying the fact that we killed a god. I mean, Coralon was who he was, and I was part of the people that vanquished him, and would like to know.
With a 19, Eric, he's going to analyze. This is where he's going to find out. With a 19 insight on you, Eric, he not only will know that you're telling the truth, that Coralon is dead. He's going to see your curse. He is going to charge at you. He's not going to waste any time talking to you. He's gonna run over to you. Vern, you will be a little bit of collateral damage here. He's gonna try and push past you. He's going to.
Do I have time to pull out my
Mm.
shield as a reaction? My Pavis?
Is it on your back?
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
I would say no, because he's right next to you.
I mean, is it like a
Does a
roll to hit?
17 hit, Vern?
Yes.
You have your instant shield rings. If you want to
Well, I
bump your
do, but
AC up.
I don't think he would try to deflect it. Because it seems like we're all friends here in this moment. Maybe Vern blames himself for thinking about his mom for too long. So I don't think
You'll take 9 bludgeoning damage, Vern. You're going to be
Sounds-
pushed back. You're just like pushed up onto the top of this.
Oh, okay.
What is
Oh, baby.
Like bruise your tailbone.
Yeah.
Just land really awful.
It's all right. I'll get a metal one.
17 probably. 17 does not hit you, Eric, right?
No. Oh, by the way, I had a long rest, right? That I never participated in, as I missed the session. We had
like,
those.
like 2 sessions ago.
The Ring of Sphere Bearer was the last one that I needed attunement for. Should I wait for
Oh, yeah.
next
You would have
rest?
been able to.
Okay,
No, that's fine. You can go ahead.
because you guys are
Attune
gonna
and
hate,
attune that.
you guys are gonna hate me. My armor class is 27
Like
with the shield,
27, yeah.
but I think it's 24 right now without the shield. So
I have bad news for you, Brad, because I've also played a high AC character. They just either stop attacking you or use saves.
Yep. 100%.
But it does feel good. It does feel good.
at least, yeah, advantage on saving throws
so-
against magic spell effects. Yeah.
He's going to lunge at you, and he gets kind of caught in the fabrics of your robes, Eric. And he's going to take that as a sign that you're just a cursed individual by choice. He's going to take that as you attempting to get away from him. So he's just going to stand in your spot, like looming over you. This is an 11-foot tall Minotaur, by the way.
Yeah, easy.
And he's going to attempt to just pick you up. Just grab your entire body. So I need an athletics check, please.
I'll fail it.
Taurus, what's going on, Taurus?
Eric's
I mean,
into it.
not because I don't have the stats to succeed at athletics checks, but just I will consent. Yeah, I will.
With a 22,
Choose to fail.
he is going to pick you up, and you can feel even though he seems to be pretty low power at this point, he still has a lot of juice coursing through him, and the point of contact where his hands are grabbing your rib cage around the sides of your body is white hot. It's burning you.
Can we try and intervene in this?
You certainly can, yeah. Because he didn't use any verbal cue, so you guys just pushed Vern and picked up Eric. So you guys are welcome to react however you'd like.
I'm stopping anyone else from intervening.
Taurus, what are you doing?
Urzok's like trying to shush you. Shh.
I'm yelling that from in here.
Fine.
Eric, I need a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay.
This is a DC 16.
Yeah.
Is this
Everything.
a saving throw for magic or spell effects? Is it magical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he a person?
Advantage, but the first one.
With an 18 you save, so you're going to take half of this damage. You're going to take 2 radiant damage, Eric. And Brackle, because you are right there in the doorway. Vern, you are up on this the sarcophagus here. watching this happen. Urzak, you could probably see.
I would
Yeah,
if
just
Brack was
from the-
approaching, I would be next to him, so I'd probably take
Okay.
whatever as well.
Teth, from your vantage point, you are behind this column, but you can hear, like sizzling. You can hear Eric's skin sizzling. And the other three of you, you would see a big cloud of black smoke start to emanate out of Eric's mouth.
Is he a person or a monster? Or a creature?
He's a celestial being.
His creature type, he is a celestial.
So he's not a humanoid.
He is not a humanoid.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like thick black smoke funneling out of Eric's mouth as he is picking him up. And if you don't do anything within the next 12 seconds,
I yelled at him and I asked him, "What are you doing?" Did he not react to it at all?
He ignored you completely. Yeah.
I recognize
you have
what's
12
happening.
seconds to do whatever.
I'm gonna run and touch Eric.
I'm stopping Brackle.
I will leave,
Test
or I will
athletics, both of you.
And I will look at the smoke and see if it looks familiar.
28.
Great.
I don't think you're beating a 28.
I don't think I
can beat it.
can.
Yeah. As I'm holding Brackle, does this spell wise, arcane wise, does this look familiar? Does it look?
Make an Arcana check.
I try to identify what's going on.
Yeah, Arcana or History. I'll take either one.
History, fuck yeah. I'll settle for 14.
14 is good enough. Yeah, these are practices that you would have been taught, or similar lower level practices that are similar to this. It's pretty obvious to you, Urzak, that he is removing some sort of illicit substance from Eric's body. He's removing a curse or black magic or something like that. Teth, I believe with your divine sense, you would know that as well.
Can Vern do a thing too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Vern just wants to use Gust on one of these dusty sarcophaguses and just shoot up dust in Taurus's eyes to like disorient him, if that even works.
Yeah, make a nature check to see if you upend it in the right way.
Of course, these kinds of things I roll really well for. That doesn't really matter.
Natural. Yeah. You definitely get it up into his face with a 21. He kind of shrugs it off and closes his eyes and makes kind of a gruff noise, but he's already in too deep. Like his hands are around Eric's body. And
if a god was defeated by dust, I'd be a little shocked. So it's okay.
Urzak, do you say anything?
Yeah, as he's grabbing you, he would just say, "Stop. Give it time. He's purging him."
Yeah, after a few more seconds, you will see him not gently drop Eric back down to the floor. Not enough to take fall damage, but it's definitely not. He's not being nice. He will drop you back down, and he will walk back down this way. Vern, it just looks like he's trying to calm down, just blow off steam. You might assume that you got a glimpse of the rage he would have used against some intruders had he been surprised when he was awake.
Okay. Vern will hop off his sarcophagus and help Eric to his feet first. Are you okay, buddy?
Oh, release Brackle after it's over.
Eric, your curse is completely gone. You are no longer searching for treasure anymore.
Mm. And do I feel this?
You would know immediately. Yeah, it
Okay.
would be a conscious knowledge.
Vern, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know how or why, but I feel like a curse has been lifted just now when he touched me down. I'm so
Oh.
much different.
Oh, well,
I don't know
mean,
how long, but
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better then. So was it a
As
curse that
Vern
made
pulls
you want
you
to
up,
gently give back massages to your comrades?
The curse that made you badmouth deities.
are you talking about
uh,
my cure wounds, Vern? You needing some healing?
Oh, so you're still willing to? No, I'm just checking. I just wasn't sure what the nature of your curse was, but I'm glad you're feeling better, Eric. It's good to have you back.
What have I offered? Okay.
Is this the curse that makes you
nice.
strike helpless peddlers in alleys?
he's actually been cursed since chapter 1. You when you first met him, he was already cursed. As
Clearly,
Vern
me,
picks
the only
Eric,
reason, yeah.
Brackle and Urzak, because you're kind of occupying the same area, you would see a medium-sized golden coin fall out of Eric's pocket onto the ground, expelling itself from his person as the curse is broken.
How does it
Oh.
expel itself?
Yeah,
It just like pops out of his pocket. It just like shoots out.
unnaturally.
It's
So
just like Sonic.
Very unnaturally. Yeah.
I think I just look up at Urzak like, what the fuck?
Man,
Rick-
like
Rickle doesn't know anything about curses, so
Urzak's not a greedy man. He's not going for it.
no, I'm looking at you with like eyebrow raised, like what the fuck?
Urzak just shrugs.
Eric,
Tauros, gosh, guys, you got it into my brain. Now I can't stop saying Tauros. Taurus, he is now walking back towards you, Vern. He seems like he's calmed down. It's been a few moments. He's collected himself. He gives Eric a good scan and sees that he is no longer cursed, but still looks rather concerned about the other information that Eric divulged. And he'll kind of motion out to the larger room, and he'll say very curtly, "Shall we talk?"
Oh, yes, sir. Of course. And Vern will push Eric down into the great room and reconvene with the others.
Urzak's gonna, after shrugging about this coin, Urzak's gonna go to pick it up and hand it back to Eric.
I will be watching you because that was a weird coin.
Eric's just gonna know that this was the curse and say, Urzak, don't even fool with this magic. Can I don't know. Yeah. Can I do I know anything as a cleric, Dip? Do I have any inclination that the curse is still
I make make an Arcana check, Eric,
Yeah.
to see if you can put together a timeline.
11?
11 is not going to be good enough. You know that you were cursed. You know that you are no longer cursed. You don't put the math together to figure out that the one coin that was in the treasure chest by itself was the thing that cursed you.
Okay.
Also, you didn't see it fall out of your pocket because you were being assaulted by a demigod. So,
All right, I'm picking up that fucking coin.
yeah, give me a wisdom saving throw, Urzak.
Oh, so good at that.
Don't fuck up.
Are you within 5 to
5.
10 feet?
Do you have inspiration?
Doesn't matter.
I do. Oh, I can use it.
The coin would be over in here, so he
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
outside of. He'd be outside of Teth's bubble too. Uh, you could use inspiration and roll with advantage if you want to.
Nope.
I think. All right.
Holy greedy.
Same stats as Eric had. You have a heightened tendency to take gold pieces, monetary pieces, take on quests with monetary rewards, and or steal or pickpocket from people you know to be more wealthy than you are.
He's gonna hold up the coin like he's gonna give it back to Eric, and as he's like kind of like getting up off the ground to go hand it to him, he's gonna like curl the coin back in his palm and put it back in his pocket. Not giving that coin back to him. That's my coin.
Did I see any physical reaction to this? Like him getting cursed or not?
It's not a visual thing. It just kind of
Okay.
infects the body upon touching it.
He would probably
uh,
physically,
unless
like-
Urzak makes a
he
gives
probably
a gesture or something.
he'd probably physically shudder a bit, like kind of like shake his head, and
I said I was
Make a
watching him.
perception check.
yeah, you absolutely
Make a
are.
perception check.
We were both looking at the coin, and I shrugged and went to give it back to Eric, and then didn't give it back to Eric.
Don't fuck me.
If Urzak's looking and Eric like to give the coin and then he recoils it, is that what you're saying? Takes it back.
Yeah, he tries to be sly about it. I don't know how sly he is about it, but he tries.
14.
I think it would be pretty obvious. You were both focused on the coin. I would say 14 would be high enough for you to notice that there was a reaction at the time of touching the coin. Yes. You wouldn't be able to tell that it's a curse, but you would be able to tell that it was something.
Hey, Urzak, what that was? Did you feel anything weird when you picked that up?
Hold on. I need to know how bad he was at being slick about this. Not that slick. Pick what up?
The coin that we saw unnaturally jump out of Eric's.
Oh, the jumping coin?
Yeah.
I gave it back to Eric.
Deception check.
I just
All
assume
of the
it's as bad. Is it a natural? No, okay. Is it 2?
Okay,
I
guys.
was on 20. I was like,
Against-
Can
I'm not
I
even gonna
give?
make you roll, Breckle.
Can I give? Wait, hold on. Can Eric give Urzak advantage on his deception by corroborating and saying, Urzak?
Who is this party? Who are you people? What is going on? What is happening?
I'm cursed. I don't know. I just
The
want to
start
get
of
my
the session,
friend
you guys
his
are
gold
like,
back.
let's split this soul of a demigod, and now
Yeah.
we're at, hey, let's lie for each other and cover up this deadly curse.
Yeah. Actually, can Vern butt
Coin
in and be like,
brothers.
Urzak, can you stop this side conversation? We need you to lead us in this splitting of souls.
Right. Splitting. What a natural socialist construct. We just share
Everybody gets a piece of the pie.
we just share my wealth with everybody and tithe 20% to the church. Sure.
You didn't give that coin back to Eric though.
That's what I thought I did.
Okay, Vern hears that and goes, and he's like, Eric. And he's going to toss Eric a handful of gold coins. So they're flying into the air, shiny gold toward Eric.
Okay, I'm gonna try to catch him.
What do you do, Urzak?
Zach, make a sanity check for me.
Be quiet.
Roll. Oh my god.
Oh Jesus!
What?
That's
How
good.
is that?
Plus 13. Wow.
This dice is just not showing. Wait. Yeah, why did it roll 13? Plus 13.
Plus 13.
You're
That's not
expert in
right.
sanity? Was that 2 of your
Yeah.
proficiency bonus?
Fuck.
Double.
No, because it adds something else to it. It
Yeah, I
asks
know.
you to like
It's a
add
10.
another modifier. Okay. A 10.
A fat, cool 10.
Yeah, with a 10, you're absolutely jumping for those coins.
Tries hard, but yeah, he dives,
Dog
Scrambles.
pile.
scrambles for some coin.
I'm gonna jump on Urzak. Give me that coin.
Gentlemen, behave. We're in front of a god. I shouldn't have to tell you this.
Taurus is gonna he sees what's happening.
I'm trying to go through Urzak's pockets.
He's
you
starting to
saw
get
how
fed
Hockey
up
put it
now.
in. He didn't do a good job.
He had high hopes when Teth was the first person that saw him and didn't start fighting him immediately. So he thought maybe this group could be different. Clearly not. You will hear him as you're on the ground. Urzak scrounging for gold coins and Brackle on top of Urzak trying to search through his pockets and get them back. Vern telling them both off. Eric lying weirdly for Urzak. And Teth watching it all happen.
Yeah, Teth's not doing anything, which is the funniest part.
Correct.
Teth's very
You will all hear maybe the loudest shout you've ever heard in your lives. Toros, God damn it! That's just his name now. That's just his name. That's how.
Yeah,
that's
we should
what.
just accept it.
I mean, we're going with the times. The vernacular changes after 2,500 years.
That's right.
Toros is going to yell, "Stop!" as loud as he can, and it echoes all the way through the chamber into the maze area, out through the other rooms. You hear it reverberate back to you. You can all hear in your waning ability to hear because you are so close to the source. Pieces of rock crumbling in the distance because it's physically shattering some of the structures in the other rooms. All 5 of you are deafened.
Mop.
What is your immovable rod's command word, Vern?
What?
And you are going to take 16 thunder damage. Piece.
No, not Eric's not asking that, but like it's not stop, is it? Like that'd be funny. I should, for whatever
Oh,
reason,
no,
I
no.
thought it
What
just
if,
like activates his
It
immovable
has to come
rod.
from the user anyway.
Oh,
What
okay.
if you're immune to deafen?
Then you're good.
And you're not deaf.
Oh, good deal.
You know, that's a nice
I mean,
karmic ending to
that's
this.
pretty apt though.
How much damage, by the way?
Can you-
What was it?
I think it was 16.
16.
16. Thank you.
Go see Mama. Close the door, please. Thank you.
I was determined that was never going to ever be come into play. Is that I'm immune to being deafened now?
It would make sense
Uh,
because you're a robot.
Yeah. So Urzak, Brackle, Vern, and Eric, all you hear is a crisp, thin ringing in your ears. Teth, you are fine. You get pummeled by the noise a little bit, but you are ultimately okay. You are all going to see Toros move over, just swipe Brackle away. He's going to just push you across the floor
Ow.
into this stairwell and grab Urzak by the scruff of your armor, like the little whatever it is, like the little scarf thing that you have in the front of your plate.
Mhm.
And he's going to attempt to pick you up. So I need an athletics check if you want to contest.
Is there still gold on the ground?
Yeah, I
Grappling.
burned through an entire bag, so I would say that there's still
I'm gonna roll.
gold on the ground.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna roll another sanity check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Damn it. It's better. Urzak
I would
will
say
not.
that's good enough to
Yeah.
resist the urge a second time.
Yeah, he knows what's going on. He'll let him pick him up.
Oh, that's good because he didn't roll very well. He's gonna pick you straight up off the floor, and all of you know that Urzak's a heavy guy, close to 500 pounds, right? With all of your gear and everything, over
Somewhere around
500
there.
now. Now that you have extra stuff, yeah, he will pick him up easily. His feet lift off the ground, and the same thing that you saw happen to Eric. He's gonna take. Gonna pick you up with his right hand, take his left hand, and just wrench it into your side, into your rib cage, and you start burning as well. Make a charisma save for me, please, Urzak.
30-20. And natural
Oh,
20.
nice. You're gonna take 5 radiant damage. And you all see the familiar black smoke exit out of Urzak's mouth, and a coin pop out of his pocket and shoot out onto the floor. And just like Eric, he's going to drop you with no regard for your safety. Just let you out of his grip.
Vern, can you grab that coin real quick?
Guys, I have plenty of coins. Are you needing this? And Vern will again grab a handful of gold from his pocket and toss it to Brackle now.
Are they all talking like really weird because they're deaf?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can't
None
make
of you
hear
can hear
anything.
what people are doing. Yeah, you're all still deaf.
Urzak is he's gonna like try to create a perimeter around the coin since he can't hear. Don't pick up the coin.
Eric's gonna cast lesser restoration a few times here.
It's nice to hear.
We've got I'm gonna heal myself. Urzak. Vern?
Hell yeah.
Vern, are
Yep.
you deaf?
Vern is definitely deaf.
Okay, so that's 3 times.
Fuck you, Brackle.
Yeah, fuck our bard.
Fuck you.
He doesn't need to hear.
And
They
then
need to hear to bite.
Brackle 2. So I have to upcast at the 3rd level or use 3rd level slot. Okay.
Thank you,
Eric. Okay, this
Yeah.
coin is
Action touch. Yeah.
cursed. Do not touch this coin. Leave that be. Thank you, Taurus.
He is going to push past all of you. He has seen everything that he needs to see. He no longer trusts you. He's gonna walk around here, push through a lot of you, and walk back into his maze.
Without ever answering the question.
Yeah, he couldn't care less at this point.
Well, that was impressive.
I simply saw my friend drop a gold coin and went to return it to him.
And
Thank
I was
you.
trying to help that friend get it out of his pocket because he was being weird.
Why do I feel like I'm concentrating on a conjure elemental?
The curse doesn't make you like transform into a new person.
Oh,
You would still remember that you're that you're concentrating.
I think I should probably be forefront about this, and I brought back a friend, an earth elemental.
We saw
Z-
him, Eric. Didn't we?
Okay.
Didn't we see the Zord?
No,
I was
no,
I
you
was
wouldn't
in
see-
like a separate room, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm telling
The
everyone.
Zorn is currently burrowing through a wall right now.
My earth elemental friend here is with
Did,
us.
did Taurus say anything before he walked off, or you just walk off?
He just walked off.
Well, easy come, easy go, right, guys?
Slight retcon. He is going as he walks out. He's going to pick up the coin, and you see his hand glow white, and just like release just ashes of the coin. He's just going to burn the coin, so nobody can get it anymore.
I'm thinking souvenirs from this place are no good. Anybody else have any souvenirs?
Of course, nobody wants that coin.
I think Urzak's gonna follow Taurus as he's leaving.
I'm gonna cast identify on the book.
Where he's going, he's just gonna follow him.
Breckle, you have a message cantrip, don't you?
Yep.
Is that? Could you reach out to my friend and tell him to return? Because I sent him off to go find some golden hooves.
Oh, the message. My spell can only go through
It
about
won't-
a foot of stone.
Stone, yeah. All right. He's on a quest. He's on a quest.
Urzak, you catch up to Taurus about right here. You get the idea that he is moving back towards the center of the maze.
Okay.
What are you saying to him? Get him to stop or change his mind? What's going on?
Urzak's not under the impression that he's done with us in any capacity because he didn't say anything. He's under the impression that we're still doing this and he's leading them somewhere.
Oh. Yeah.
I guess that does make sense.
He's walking back to the middle. That's for sure.
Back we go.
Is there? I guess this is a little bit pre the walk off, but can Teth insight what's going on with Taurus? The fact that he's
yeah, go ahead and roll. What are you looking for?
just
general mental state, or
yeah, just getting a general like vibe. Is he irritated? Is he going somewhere? Is he excuse me.
Gotcha.
Basically trying to
roll
figure out
insight.
especially being removed from that whole situation, just trying to kind of pick up on anything. Oh fuck, this character doesn't have insight. 8.
With an 8, at a surface level, he seems very irritated.
Yeah.
Less like less like a parent irritated with their child, and more like you really wanted something to happen, and things are not going the way that you hoped. You're irritated that like for a long time he's just been waiting for somebody to come in and help him, and he thought that you guys looked competent, but clearly you're all idiots.
Well, that was very
except for you, Tess.
A very insightful 8.
He telegraphs his emotions pretty openly at this point.
Well, basically,
he hasn't had to hide from anybody else for a long, long time. All those social skills have broken all the way down. Yeah, he'll get back to the center here, and he will resume his post as he was when you first found him, Teth. So he will end up just standing here. just north of dead center, stand, put his hands down in front of him, and just stare off straight. He will not say anything.
Taurus.
Yes.
I assume you're reconsidering what we were speaking about based on your storming off into the center.
It seems no matter what I do, I'm trapped here. So you can help, or you can leave.
Are you good with splitting your soul and then finding another vessel surface side? Or do you want to be
Yes.
good? Because we need everybody we can get. You've met him. You know who we're dealing with. You know the monster that man is. And at the very least, I wish to see you free, even if it doesn't help us in the end.
You'll see his demeanor break a little bit when you bring up Visick. Even though you didn't name him, obviously he knows who you're talking about. And his gaze will break. He'll start to look around at all of you again. And he'll say, if you fight him the way you acted just now, you will all die. That I'm certain.
I agree.
But if you are childish enough to fight him, I would be remiss if I did not join you. And he is going to, much to Eric's surprise, his hooves, his feet, you'll see them just like gloss over. They've been the golden hooves the entire time. He's just had them on. You see them shine, and they go from this dull, like matte black to pristine, beautiful, shimmering, polished gold. And you'll see him put his forearm down on the ground that has the band on it, and with remarkable flexibility for how tall and like buff he is, he's going to take his leg and bring the hoof down onto the band and fracture the band on his wrist, and you'll see him look up at you. Vern, I suppose you're the closest, so you'd see this the most clearly, but all of you are within the vicinity enough to see that this is almost routine. That he does this often. He's used to this feeling. You'll see his body slowly start to crumble, like you saw before, turning into bits of cracked rock and sand and sediment and slowly just falling over on top of itself. And Vern, you are the closest conduit to him, so you are going to take the brunt of the force for this first thing here. Right into the orb, you are going to feel an immense surge of power as the soul of Tauros uh, enters your orb / your body. He's kind of just like circulating back and forth between the orb and your vessel.
Can I I know I'm probably gonna hurt a lot here in a second, but just because I know our goal was to kind of split him up, and I'm hoping that he is sort of starting this in a way that will allow it to happen. I want to point with my mechanical hand at Urzok's blade and see if I can like tine 2 doses of Tauros that way.
Okay. Make a spell attack roll and an Arcana check for me, please.
Okay. Yeah, spell attack roll would just be like this, right?
Yeah, it'd be like whatever you have for Chromatic Orb or
Yeah.
anything that shows up on the attack action slide.
19. And then
And then Arcana for me, please.
okay.
Vern, you feel it doesn't feel bad at first. It almost feels like um, like a sugar rush almost, like
Ooh,
when you were a kid and you ate a bunch of candy and you just
it's
had
like pastries off the table. Yeah.
yeah, just like the most energy you've ever had, and you just like could go for like 10 minutes before falling off and crashing. You were in the middle of the high, right? The moment his soul enters the orb, you as a technician know that this is far too much power for you to handle. But as an innate magic user, you feel the most powerful you have ever felt in your entire life. And it's not close. The margin is vast. But with quick thinking and targeting the next receptacle for the soul, you successfully, with a 15 and a 19 respectfully, channel off 2/3 of the soul over to Urzok. And Urzok, I need you to make the same rolls, please. Arcana and a spell attack roll. Your DCs will be considerably lower than Vern's. He did a lot of heavy lifting.
Urgh.
Dirty 20.
Hey,
And you saw Arcana.
yes, please.
Another dirty 20.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, very similarly to Vern, Urzok, as he transfers the soul into the sword, slightly less degree than his because he was just raw dogging a demigod soul.
Oh, God.
But you're still taking on 2/3 of it. So you feel an immense surge of power down through the tip, up through the hilt of your sword, into your arm, and through your entire body. And you take that and boomerang it back to Teth with the final third. And all 3 of you have successfully split and shared the soul of Taurus, the demigod. Great job.
Yay.
Nice work,
Wow.
guys. Now about that coin. I'm just kidding.
Brackle. Identifying the spell. It is not cursed. You know that for sure. It was trapped, but you broke the trap that was on it before by casting your way out. It is a spell book. It is the spell book owned by a man apparently named Kaladar Glendon. He claims to be an acolyte to Taurus, and he was a diviner. He was a divination wizard that dedicated most of his life to protecting this place, not physically, just kind of trying his best to divert attention from this area of the map in general.
By cursing coins.
I'm about, and you would know based on some of the text later in the book. He he had an affinity for magical trinkets. Some of them were great successes. Some of them were cursed coins that he thought nobody would ever find. Uh, Based on the pages, you would assume that Taurus has been down here alone close to 1,000 years. He was alive a long, long time ago. So he is not a recent death. He was an old friend of Taurus's who, much like yourselves, happened upon this place on accident and befriended Tauros, and they lived here in harmony for quite some time, for almost the back half of his life. He was a human, so he didn't have a super long lifespan, but he served as a protector in whatever capacity he could for Tauros' sanity.
His name was Kaladar Viner.
Kaladar Glendon, Glendon. And I have the book almost done, so I'll send it to you once it's complete. But you have a basic list of his versions of a few divination spells, a few other spells that you don't recognize, and just some general musings on his day-to-day life and some of the items that he created while down in the maze.
Okay. I just put a placeholder thing and wrote whatever notes you just told me there.
Okay. Cool. You guys have a demigod inside of you.
I'm playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to talk to the people in my sword?
Yeah.
I will, much like the other sigil, I will set up shop here in the middle and just say, well, better see how things went. It'll be a minute. And shortly thereafter, start the ritual and attempt to commune with the sword again.
After a few moments, the area around you turns dark, misty, and you hear, a familiar voice, very comforting, not menacing, never is. Voice of Evelyn. Speaking twice so soon, my child.
Well, don't get used to it. You made contact with our new friend,
I have.
and
You wonder about his well-being.
of course, and yours as well.
If only you'd wonder about my well-being more often.
It's unfortunate that you never had kids, Devlin. Feel that you might have learned a great deal.
You know that all 20 of you were like my children.
Oh, I suppose you were like our mother.
He's doing fine, Urzak. He's safe.
Not causing you any problems.
Not yet. No more than you've cost me.
All right. See, this is why I don't visit more often.
I think you secretly like talking to me, and you're afraid of that.
I think you're projecting.
I think you're projecting.
I think you don't know what that means.
I think it's one of those modern terms that just didn't exist when I was alive.
All right. Hey, anyway, just a well-being check. That's all. Is there anything else you'd
He is
like
in
to
good hands.
speak about as while I'm here? Obviously, you have lots on your mind that you didn't want to tell me earlier.
I always have things on my mind. Just nobody comes to visit me to talk about them, Urzak.
Well, Devlin, that's part of being dead, if I'm being quite honest.
I know. And I'm happy to just be here supporting you.
All right. You have anything you'd like to say?
I did I didn't peg Devlin for the gaslighting grandma character, but I'm feeling it now. This is funny. Uh, just say, no, I'm sure most of it can wait until the next time we speak.
Okay, most of it. Like, is there something that cannot?
You saw your sister the other night, right?
In a way, yes.
I feel that she's close, Urzak.
To you or to me? Because one of those makes a lot of sense.
But
The other one, not really.
Burn.
both of us
Odd.
believe another one of the artifacts you seek is not far off of your goal here in the wilds.
Okay. I do have a question for you, actually.
Yes,
You were old.
I
Uh,
am.
what do you know of Visick?
Hmm. Never had the chance to tell all of you this, but I did speak to Visick. In fact, you may have seen him the day that you were crowned. You'll be glad to know that I fully supported you. Visick is a smart man. I believe that he believes he's doing good. I also believe at one time he actually did good. Quite a bit of it. I'm not sure those things quite align within him anymore.
You know
I've been
what drives him. Thinks he's doing good, but uh, all villains do. What is he after?
trying to save people, Urzak. The ones like you and the Wellerby boy. The children that he used to take He would tell people that he would save children. Well, it's true, he wouldn't harm children. He wouldn't save all children. Only the ones he knew were powerful enough to study underneath him. Much like the daughter of your friend Silgath.
So by
She's like
save,
you and Vern.
go ahead.
That's all she would have said for that sentence. She's like you and Vern.
So these kids that he's
You
works on.
are here. You're right.
Hello?
Hello?
This doesn't make sense. Maybe this doesn't make sense from buttons.
Hello?
No, don't press that button. Don't try it. All right, say. Don't lick that, buddy.
Now I'm picturing Tauros.
Bye, you're out of the microphone. Bye, wait up, guys.
Remember how Tauros called
Hey.
us childish? Now imagine it in this voice. Like, you guys are childish.
You guys are tiny.
Hi, DJ.
Hi, DJ, the vacuum.
Say,
DJ.
Hi, GJ.
say bye.
Say bye, nerds.
Papa, dude. Hello. Say baby to the dudes.
Say bye bye to the dudes. Okay.
Bye, dudes.
Bye, dudes.
Wave night night.
Yay.
All right.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody wave like this.
Hi, DJ.
Super wide.
Mama,
Get more surface area, it means more.
Yeah,
you got
more intense waving.
What was I asking? Oh,
Just real children.
yeah. So it seems to me that it's less about saving these kids and perhaps handpicking individuals to, help build a dynasty or whatever he aims to do. Do you know what his end goal is?
He only wants the Paragon, Zurzak. And in turn, he won't kill a Paragon. So for you and Vern, I suppose that means you're safe.
We're a pair of paragons.
Not to sound like a broken record, but what does he want with the Paragons?
I never found out that much. Can only assume amassing a new civilization of most powerful among us. Knowing him has to be more layered than that. So I'm sure that's part of it.
Sure. Well, I will make a better effort to check in with you.
That's all I'm asking.
You must realize, Devlin, I'm a busy man. I have my own life to live. Apparently,
Well, some
I'm
of us,
a paragon now.
don't have as much to do. I'm cooped up here all day long. The least you could do is just check in once in a while.
Well, some semblance of Taurus is here. Perhaps the two of you can have some what's the for a symbiotic relationship. Perhaps
Yes, I'd love to take tea with his left leg and right arm.
I don't know how souls work. You tell me.
I don't know how souls work either. I'm sure it's probably not like that. But he's not fully here, so he just kind of sits here.
Well,
Anyway,
Well,
good luck to you.
that's no life.
perhaps you have something more than nothing to do now, even if it is studying a sitting individual.
More than nothing is the appropriate definition of what I have.
All right, Devlin. It's been a pleasure as always. I'll talk to you when I talk to you.
Certainly, my child. Have a great adventure.
Well,
Barlos, I think you're
snap
you're
back
really
to
good.
reality.
You're really good at your old women characters.
You can't pick up
Really
the sword
spread
and
him
call
around.
once in a while, maybe.
Yeah, she used to be like have a thick Jewish accent. Never
I
call
can't
anymore.
believe. I come here and I bake for all my grandchildren, and none of them come up and pick up the pastries.
You lied to me.
Why?
All right.
I don't even know why I get out of bed in the morning.
Zach will come to his feet and like, well, I think things are as good as could be expected.
Yeah, we all left the fire.
While Urzak was doing that, just because Fern wants to see if, like, now that he has this extra power, if he can do anything. So with his mechanical arm, he's gonna make a little bowl face, and he's gonna try to replicate that psychic thing that hit him. It was like that image of a bull, and see if he can do a little bull blast attack.
Full blast.
Yes.
Bovine punch.
only if you yell it out.
Make an Arcana check.
Come on.
Eric just wants to ready for if Zorn comes blasting in to calm Zorn down and that the hooves have been found, not
Ooh,
to
22.
go after the soul within the orbs or within the sword.
Well, you would have seen the golden hooves on Taurus, so there's nothing for Zorn to have found.
Yeah, okay. But if he's
As far as those go, he is still actively searching for treasure. 'Cause there's a lot buried in the ground around here, so he's just munching on some stones right now.
all right.
With the 22, Vern, you kind of throw your fist out. Maybe even extend the grappling hook a little bit so it fires out a little bit further than just the length of your arm. Doesn't quite make an illusory bowl like you or Urzak saw. But maybe when it hits like the extent of the cord that comes out of your wrist, like some steam comes out of where like the nostrils would be. It's like
Okay, all right.
it's like it's there. Like you can tell that the extra power is there. So it's something that you could work on.
Okay. I don't know how committed I'll be to that after this one session, but Vern will think about it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the maze is clear, and you guys are all good to proceed. Tauros in tow.
All right, Teth, how are you feeling? You're the only one we haven't checked in on yet.
That's just not moving.
No.
Completely
God, Teth.
seated. Then he looks over to Vern. Ah, yes. Sorry, Duke. Yes. Sorry. Let's keep moving.
Wait, what'd you call me? Duke?
Do you say that?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I think I would actually be. I mean, he's practically royalty. He gets it, but like, Vern's a little hurt that his friend forgot his name and is like, Duke?
Teth nods. Yes.
Okay. Duke Wellerby, Verd says with a little smile and nods to
Yes.
himself.
That
Have
is
we
correct.
have we heard him
That is-
mention Duke before? In game?
You
I don't
have?
think so.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Mhm.
Really? Duke?
Mhm. A few times now. It's all been in passing as you were doing other things.
Maybe I just always thought it was a nickname then and didn't think anything of it.
The first time you would have heard
It's a pretty
him
Vern thing
mention
to
it
do, though.
was with Gale in under the prison before you confronted Coralon. When you met Gale, you would have gleaned at that point that Duke was another K unit that both of them knew in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know it above game for sure, but I don't know if we knew that in game.
I just did a history roll. 23. I rolled history. So maybe I probably or Brackle would probably remember.
Herzog will approach
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
and quizzically squint his eyes at him and say, Judge,
Yes.
would you identify everyone else here?
Teth will look towards Vern, and then he will say, "This is Duke Wellerby." And then he looks at Herzog and says, "And you are, of course, Order the Blade of Lendis." And then he looks at Eric and says, "And how do you actually say Eric's last name? Was it Eliodrock?
Ecleodric.
Ecleodric. Well, I'm going to butcher that. He says the correct last name, but he
Yes.
calls him Virtue. Virtue Ecleodrock. And then he looks over towards Brackle, and he says, "And Winter, the Caster Scout."
Herzog, having no charisma at all, is unable to hide his concern.
And
Rubs his large snoot. Says very well, Judge. Thank you.
Of course.
And then we'll kind of aside in earshot of everybody, at least say, I think we need to find Zethlo quickly.
Oh. Yes, I second that. Let's make all haste and get out of here, guys. Come on, Judge. He winks.
In game. I'm sorry, above game. Do we want to spend time finishing exploring this place, or do we want to leave?
It was Zoran that's going to bring us all the goodies.
I will say that the side rooms by the maze do not really have anything in them. Eric found the only one that had treasure, and Zorn got all of that.
Okay.
So you can skip all of these. You will need to go into some of the rooms up at the top of the map to get out. But you don't have to. We can just fast track through the maze if you guys want to do that. That's fine.
Let's go.
Did,
Put up all the walls again. Let's do this thing.
Who has the highest wisdom? Probably Eric.
real quick, Carlos, is the arcane reincarnation bracelet still on the ground? The broken one?
Yes, it is broken on the ground.
I am taking that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the reason why it fixed itself and came back on his wrist before is because he reincarnated into one of his caskets. souls, that was the vessel for his soul. But now that the soul is inside of 3 of you, the bracelet had nothing to attach to. So that's cool. Brad, make a survival check for me, please, to see how quickly you guys get through the rest of the maze.
Okay.
One's pretty good. Yeah, it maybe takes you an extra with a 21, less than 10 minutes to navigate the rest of the maze. Maybe you check out the side rooms too. Realize there isn't much in there. I'll throw you some gold too. You find. Let me generate this real quick with a 21. You find 2 platinum, 17 gold, and 50 silver in your search, and you make it out the other side.
Urzak's not touching any of that.
um, are we up there with them now?
Yep, everybody would be up at the top.
Okay.
Entering this room up.
Are there any
Go ahead.
gems?
No gems.
Okay. Hmm.
Basically, that is what Zorn missed. So whenever he comes back, he's going to give Eric a shit ton of treasure.
Yes. Eyeball gems.
All right. Walking into this room, you see 2 giant Minotaur statues. The ceilings in this place are much, much higher than they were in the maze and in the foyer area at the beginning. These are like 40-foot ceilings. This is a huge room now, and these are probably 25 feet high. In front of both of them, you have a pedestal, and within the pedestal there is an indentation, so it's almost like a bowl carved into the face of the pedestal, not sitting on top. On the fronts of each of the pedestals, there is text in Celestial. Does anybody speak Celestial or read Celestial?
Yup.
Tef, you would know that the one on the left says the blood of the gods, and the one on the right says the water of the body.
Interesting. Teth will just kind of point them out as they're kind of walking in.
Sorry, it was the water of the body.
Yeah, the left is blood of the gods, and the right is the water of the body.
Yep.
Oh, pissing that so bad.
That's what I thought.
Hmm.
And that's all that's in this room. You see a door to the left and a door to the right, and a staircase leading upwards to the north.
Well,
I'll check the room to the right, I guess, because it's close to me.
Follow Vern.
And I'll carefully cross, like step into the room, bracing myself for a bull charging at me.
There is no trap here. You are safe walking through. As you walk through, immediately to your right, you see 2 more shelves full of scrolls. Sifting through them really quickly, you will find that most of them are blank. There are a few with small sketches on there, nothing even close to the extent that you found in the room down below.
Okay.
But on the table, there is an open book that appears to be a pretty in-depth recipe book,
Oh. Hey, Brackle.
like a cookbook.
You're my best sous chef. Come in here. Look,
What do we got here?
I think we can make some even better pancakes next time we try.
Hell yeah.
Um, what page is? What is it open to? Is it open to a specific dish?
It is open to a specific dish. It's a kind of like a bisque soup, like a cream-based seafood soup.
That's an odd choice since we're in the middle of a desert.
Yeah. I want to flip through it. Are there any pages that are like dog-eared or bookmarked? And
Not really. This book is incredibly old, so a lot of the pages are kind of it's well loved. You can tell that it was used quite a lot. There is a thin layer of dust on top of the pages it's open to, so it probably has not been used for quite some time.
okay.
But nothing sticks out to you as a page that somebody would return to over and over again.
Okay, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna infer that either these are dishes made for the followers of Tauros or like food given on an altar. So I want to connect to my little shred of Tauros and see if he can guide me to his favorite dish in this book, and I will tear out
Oh,
that page.
okay. Um, make a religion check.
It's like bowl of hay. No, I'm kidding.
Rats.
16.
16 is not bad. You kind of try and internally commune. Maybe close your eyes, just calm down for a second, really try and sense what 1/3 of Taurus is telling you. And you get the idea that it is something vegetarian. It does not contain meat. Flipping through the book, there are several options that would meet that brief. There are a couple salad options, a few handmade, like spun pasta options.
Ooh.
So with the 16, you would guess that it's one of those.
I will grab the spun pasta one. That sounds fun.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Grackle
go.
or Urzak, are you guys doing anything in here?
We go to the next room. This it seemed like it circles around to the
Yeah,
big
it all
room.
circles around.
I want to
As
go.
you
Okay, I'm just gonna peek my head in, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's fine. As you enter this room, you see several columns, much wider and taller than the ones in the entry point of this cave. This is by far the biggest room in the entire place, square footage wise. The maze area is larger, but the ceilings in this place are at least 50 to 60 feet tall. It is huge. There is a massive altar up here. It looks like a very large sized version of the small altars, small in comparison, altars by the Minotaur statues just below you. And there are giant busts that are very clear depictions of Taurus. The other ones were kind of just like vague, like bull humanoids. This one looks like it specifically was made to replicate Taurus.
Is there anything written on a plaque like the other ones?
There's no plaque in this one.
All right, over to the other room.
All right. This room is very similar to the room that you encountered to the left of the maze last session, Urzak. Less bones on the floor. just sets of manacles secured to the wall on the south side. There is a Minotaur mask on the table and a series of their tools. It I suppose all of you would know. Vern, especially, and Brackle would have some sort of education on this. They're just like fine craftsman tools. So they're like leather working tools, wood carvers tools, things like that. They are not tools of destruction by any means. They just seem to be, um, tools of the trade, essentially. And you would find more of the same in here.
Is that a trunk that I see up there?
It is, yeah.
Well, with reckless abandon, I've already forgotten what happened 10 minutes ago. Gonna
Right.
try and peek through the trunk, see what's in there.
Sure. It is not, to your knowledge, it is not trapped. It's not locked. It opens with ease, and inside you find a dusty old pair of boots. And that's all that's in there. You go down easily?
Yeah.
Good. You seem tired.
He was just ready.
Love you.
They are dusty and old. Do they seem worn to accompany that, or they seem like they've held up throughout the years?
It looks like there's some wear and tear there, but they've definitely stayed in pretty good shape. Um, they're kind of higher boots, like mid calf, so they kind of flop over. You could tell that the leather was pretty well worn enough that they lost their shape, so they could kind of just kind of tilt over. They are now kind of stuck in that position because they are more solidified with time. But you could tell that they're definitely still wearable.
I'll take the boots and I'm gonna toss them to Eric.
Great.
Nice.
I know it's not usually what you work with, but I'm sure Smith can appreciate perhaps a history lesson in ancient craftsmanship. I don't assume they're magical.
Uh,
They seem to have normal wear and tear.
yeah, Eric, I'll get you a write up of what those boots are next week. They are non-magical boots, but they do have some properties to them.
Okay.
And then everything else in there, Urzak, it looks like it's very similar to some of the other rooms, like the crates and barrels in there probably used to house some type of ration or grain, but they have since decayed away. Um, so everything else is relatively empty in there. Freckle, up where you were looking, you can see upon looking through this doorway, there is a pool of water with a spigot that is running.
I'll take a little cup.
Water bills could be outrageous here.
Constant water flow? Jesus. I'll take it and yeah.
It looks incredibly clear and refreshing to you.
We'll take a couple.
Assuming Teth would be with you, you would be able to confirm that this is holy water.
Okay. I'll go put a little bit of it in each of the minotaurs in the center and see if anything happens.
As you put it into the right one, it just dissolves away, almost evaporates immediately.
Mhm.
Upon putting it into the left bowl, however, you see it fill to the top, and it stays in there. It does not do anything after that, but it stays.
Hey, a quick aside, can I take some holy water as well?
Absolutely.
So I'll fill a flask.
Yeah, you can take as much as you want. It truly is just free flowing out of this wall.
Drink it like Homer Simpson when
Urzak,
that tap's free.
yeah. Urzak, as you're walking back towards the rest of the group, hanging back to get the holy water, you see that this bowl up here has filled halfway with a clear liquid.
Okay. I'm gonna check out this other room.
In this room, two other caskets that are similar to the ones over here. And on this table at the very bottom of the room, the only thing on top of it, there's nothing below or in any of the drawers. On top is a very ornate, very old dagger. It is a gem encrusted dagger.
Uh, Urzak will see Eric approach. Say, "Oh, look at that! It's a pretty dagger." Nothing,
Yes, it is. Yes, it
nothing,
is.
nothing ominous about that.
Um, yeah, you know what? This dagger is what on the table.
Yep.
Just
Yeah, it's right there.
okay.
What kind of gems does it look like?
At a glance, you see some red, some yellow, and some blue. So you could guess maybe rubies and topaz, possibly sapphire, depending on uh, how it was made.
Any
Right.
art depicted on it? Skulls.
No artwork. No, they are encrusted into the hilt, into the pommel of the dagger, and the blade is fairly straightforward. It looks sharp, but it doesn't look like anything fancy.
Do I know what gems Fern's looking for? He said that out loud yet?
I think he said ruby, I believe.
I would allow
plus
you to
ruby plus.
know that.
It's like everything. I could benefit from everything.
Okay.
I have a ruby,
Really,
it's just not
it's
shaped.
like 15 gems
Yeah.
would help burn out.
You know,
whole-
Vern's looking for gems. That would make a nice gift for him.
Eric says yes, and he go gets Vern's attention.
Oh, I meant like, like you pick it up and you give it to. Okay.
You're gonna make Vern pick up the cursed dagger. You come in and do it yourself, dude.
I think at this point Eric's like waiting for other people to grab something like the boots.
Yeah,
Or if
a
I
little
grab
bit gun
the
shy.
toss
Yeah.
them to me. Yeah.
Absolutely what Urzak's doing too.
Vern will come over and go, "Oh, look, guys, it's those gemstones I was looking for." And he'll use his mechanical retractable arm to grab it.
Right. You now have a dagger in your hand.
Are
You did
these
it.
caskets like pretty much identical? The other ones you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically all carbon copies of each other.
So, so it seems to me, guys, that we have one of these basins full, right?
Mm-hmm.
If holy water was the blood of the gods, I wonder what the water of the body could be.
Is that backwards or is that right?
Pete.
No, that's right.
That's right.
Is this a
Holy
riddle?
water was blood of the gods?
Yeah. So
Urine.
It's almost like we're playing with the words water and blood. maybe.
yeah, Vern. Look away. I know you're squeamish.
But look away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brackle's gonna cut like the side of his arm.
Whose
and
arm?
then
Brackle's arm? Okay.
Brackle's arm. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay. I was
not
like,
gonna cut
God.
Brackle's arm.
Look away, Vern.
Burn
No.
away as I cut your arm open.
I'll just wipe my hand over it and flick blood into the bowl of the right side.
It is, you bleed a couple drops in there, and it fills up with so much more blood than you put in there. Just like as if coming from nowhere. It fills up to the brim. and
Vern,
you
look at the
hear
bowl.
Oh
Wow.
God. Vern gets a little queasy and turns away.
And
Brackle, are you okay? Are you all right, buddy?
I just like fake pass out.
A very loud, prominent clicking noise from up north in the large room.
Is it a bug or mechanical?
One big mechanical sounding click.
One big
Okay.
mechanical bug.
Roll for initiative.
Let's go check it out.
It's a clicker. They can't see, but they go by sound. We gotta be quiet.
Oh, jeez.
Hated that room. It's terrifying to me.
All right,
Oh.
coming up into this room, you see that the bowl in the large altar is full. It has divided. What?
These are due. You take them to your mom's and she like.
Okay, guys, when when Billy was naming off the people, I got Duke, Judge, Winter, Virtue, and what was the last?
Order is Urzak.
Yeah.
Oh, so Virtue was Eric.
Yep.
Hmm.
This bowl is full. It is. You can pretty easily see it's diluted blood. It's half blood, half water. And it is slowly descending into the floor. So this whole pedestal is probably, I don't know, 4 feet tall, with the flat surface with the bowl indentation on the top, just slowly just lowering down into the ground.
Vern will step back a bit.
There. Anybody else doing anything before it gets to the floor?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
Watching, teeming with excitement.
Yeah. So it slowly descends. It gets down to just below the floor's surface. You can see the blood and water mixture drain out from the bowl. Looking more closely now that you can kind of like get down and see the inside of the bowl, is maybe a little bit too high before. There are tiny little holes lining the sides of this. Probably how it filled up and how it drained so quickly, leaving the inside of the bowl stained a little bit red. And you can see what's left of this stained bowl, the blood that's still in there, starts kind of swirling around and forming. Have any of you guys watched Gen V, the new like boys offshoot show?
Plan to, yeah.
There's a blood bender in that show, and she can manipulate blood, and it just like hangs in the air. So it's kind of like that, or even just like Avatar, just like water bending. That's what it seems like. It feels like it's taken on a life of its own, manipulating itself and kind of turning in the air, slightly growing. And it takes a couple minutes, but it starts forming into the shape of a person, of a humanoid figure. And it's growing and manipulating, and as this creature, this blood is moving itself and just kind of metastasizing through the air. I need all of you. I'll ask all of you to make a religion or history check, your choice. 22 is not bad at all. 15, not as good, but still not bad. 19, good. You have your roll, Brad.
8 religion.
Oh, why was I not looking at? Urzok and Vern. You know before the other two um, who this looks like, just by the shape of the body. It takes Brackle a few extra seconds, but he eventually comes around. Eric is looking at something else. Who knows? But Urzok, you realize first who this is. You have read stories about this deity appearing in this way. You also know that Taurus is connected to this deity. Through holy water and the sacrifice of Taurus, along with Brackle's blood sacrifice, in front of you, in a matter of minutes, appears Melora, Mother of Worlds.
I think
Like-
Urzok would.
Just an image of her, or actually her?
She is right there, standing on the pedestal.
I think Urzok would kneel pretty hurriedly.
Vern would just remember he's out of his element with God still, so he'll just also kneel because he's behind Urzok and sees him do that first. He'll make sure to kneel a little lower though, just a little bit lower, so there's like that.
Fair.
You're also shorter, so yeah, it's easy. It's easier.
Fair, yeah, easy to do.
I do
6'3".
think Brackle would as well. I don't think he'd be as pious about it as Urzok or as hurried, but definitely respectfully.
Eric was turned the other way when Melora.
Eric.
Yeah, and he'll let out like some kind of like, oh, really? Like, just kind of.
In my head, I'm thinking that this is the one that Eric's going to connect with, and yeah, he's the one that's the most disconnected right now from it.
Yeah. Just imagine he's like Gimli looking at Galadriel.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She's gonna look down at the four of you. She knows that Urzok, Vern, and Teth are carrying pieces of Tauros. The three of you don't know how you know that she knows, but you do. It's just like a sense that just seeps into your body. Like she's all four of you, well, all five of you with Teth. You all just the strangest sensation. You just feel like she is understanding all of your stories. She knows where you've been. She knows what's going through your minds. She knows what your personal goals are, what your goals are as a group. And she's going to turn to Eric first. She'll look down at you, Eric. She'll say, "You have a brother. He's lost."
I just say I, AYEI. Nods.
Make a sanity check, Eric, please.
It's giving me proficiency or something.
I think it's good. I think it worked for you.
Like, yeah, but I didn't know we were proficient in sanity or something like. So I had a
I
plus
don't know
5.
why. If you have a +5, just use the +5.
Okay.
So 15?
I know I haven't failed one in the campaign, so maybe there's some. I don't know.
Eric, the light around you begins to dim. You don't feel unsafe. I will preface with that. It does not feel like a hell dream or something. But the lights all begin to dim. The torches go out. You, after a few moments, are shrouded in darkness, and far off in your vision, flames begin to emerge. Not the flames of the cauldrons that are in this, the braziers and the torches that are in this space. It feels like dangerous fire. And you see the image of your brother Halbarad chained to a chair in the middle of the flames. He's not necessarily burning, but it is a precarious position to be in, to say the lightest, or to say the least. He looks quite distressed. He looks quite weary. It looks like, based on the state of his wrists and arms, where he's bound, that he has been there for a minute. He's been there for quite a while.
Yeah.
You see that for a few moments, and you are snapped back to reality. She is going to then turn to Vern. Say, "Who do you have in your life that you consider a friend?"
Vern warmly looks back over his shoulder at Teth, that's standing 40 feet back.
We'll say Teth is up with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll move him up here.
He would have kneeled.
He's a little shy, but he's my friend.
Is that all you're doing? You're just going to look at Teth?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still in awe. So
make a sanity check for me as well, Vern.
okay. I guess if I don't do any of that, it should be fine, right? No, it shouldn't be +8. It should be +3. So 18.
Yeah, we have all proficiencies on him.
Okay. Well, I will fix that.
I
You
fixed
figure
mine.
that out.
I think I fixed
Okay.
it.
I can just like change the dot for proficiency.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can go to
remove.
it.
Yeah,
You can
take
set it.
proficiency off. With an
Oh, there we go.
18, Vern, just
Oh,
I mean, you wouldn't know that it's similar, but very similarly to Eric,
No,
the torches and braziers begin to fade out from this room. The light starts going out, and you also are shrouded in misty darkness. Um, and eventually, far off in your vision, you do not see flames. You see a grove of trees. Some of them have leaves of green, others are turning colors for the autumn, a mixture of browns and yellows and reds. Within this grove, there is a circular room surrounded by columns. If you, as it, this vision gets closer to you, you're able to see inside of this room. It's like an open air, sort of round table of sorts.
Hmm.
On the table, there are chairs, uh, each with names on the back of them. You recognize two of the names right away. One being Warren, your father, the other being Lyra, your mother. You'd also recognize Silgath. You'd also recognize Gael. You'd also recognize Marawil. One of them sounds very familiar. It's the name Arvanitis. You don't know that name particularly,
Okay.
but you do know that it is very similar to Arvantis. Um, there are other names there as well that you do not recognize. They are. Nobody's seated in these chairs. It is an empty place, but it feels like just the most peaceful, serene place you have ever encountered.
Do I see any
Like
insignia for the knife? I would know what
uh,
it looks like, but I mean, any insignia, banners,
I
or
don't. You guys would know what the insignia would. I would say that you would. You've talked to Silgath and Marawil about it enough. In the center of the table is the insignia for the knife.
okay.
Uh, so that's a pretty clear marker for you, um, at least what this place is affiliated with. Uh, and
Hmm.
just like Eric's, within a few moments, it begins to fade out in front of your eyes, and you are once again back in this chamber with your four friends and the creator of your universe.
You mean his three companions and his one friend?
Yeah, I was
Yes.
just
his colleagues and then a friend.
wait. When she asked that question, was that just in Vern's head, or everybody hear that question?
Everybody heard it. Everybody heard what she said to Eric, and everybody heard what she said to you.
And you just
Oh,
see like
wow.
one single tear coming down each of our
Brackles.
cheeks.
Yeah.
Just not moving his face.
If only we were friends. At this moment, Zorn busts out of the ground, gems falling all over.
I cast banishment on him.
No, get out of here.
Not the time.
She
Leave your
she is
rubies.
going to
Not now.
she's going to target Brackle next. She's going to look down at you, Brackle, and she'll say, "I sense the most hesitation from you. Why would that be?"
I don't understand gods yet. Nor will I ever, but I don't like not knowing
Uh,
things.
You detect the smallest. She's been incredibly serious, very stoic this entire time so far. You detect a small hint of just the like a corner of the mouth smile when you say that. And I'm gonna need a sanity check from you as well, Brackle, please.
19.
With a 19, same deal. Fires begin to go out for you. The room fades to black. For you, this is uh, not as calm, not as serene as Vern's vision. For you, you are brought back to a very familiar place. You see the caves that you were brought up in. You see the classrooms. You see your dorm rooms. You see your mess hall, all shrouded in darkness, as they were when you were there. The only difference now is all of those caverns, all of the halls, all of the corridors that look so familiar to you are littered with the bodies of your classmates, of your instructors, of people that you once thought you may have considered to be your friends. Possibly both ways. They could have thought that you were their friend as well, knowing full well that you were all there to be split up eventually, shipped off to different parts of the country. Any recognizable face that you could think of is there on full display, except for one. And it is the face that visited you last night. He is the only one that is notably missing from the carnage. And Melora lets you sit with this image for a few moments. Uh, Maybe a moment past what you're comfortable with. And then you are snapped back into the room with everybody else. Fires come back up. And you no longer have to look at that. As you're watching her, I assume you are watching what she's doing,
Yeah.
not looking anywhere else in the room. Um, all of you can see as she's pinpointing each of you. It seems very clear that she is studying uh, not only how she's answering her questions, but how you are reacting physically and mentally to the things that you are seeing. Studying your face, your body language, and she is studying your mental reactions as well. She's going to look directly down at Urzak this time. And she'll she'll take a pause, almost as if she had a question that she was going to ask you, and she's pivoting at the last minute. Um, Urzak, you're the oldest one here. Well, out of these four, uh,
Yeah.
not counting Teth. You get the sense that she knows you've been asked about your past uh, enough times. Uh, Anyone who is important to that story of your life knows about Devlin, knows about the 20, knows about uh, the service that you have given to the city of Farinth. She will pivot in a different direction. Avoid your family altogether. Avoid your siblings. Avoid Lindis. Avoid the desert. What was what ran through your mind the last time you saw the girl?
No, to be honest, I wasn't thinking about her as much as I was thinking about him. Perhaps a disgust of the injustice of it, followed by quite a bit of rage, sadness at the inability to immediately right a wrong. Although, I guess the last time I felt her presence, the last time I feel that I saw her would have been in the graveyard. And felt strange relief in knowing that she was alive and that she was doing such a normal, child pastime. She was coloring.
Herzog, make a sanity check for me, please.
Ability. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna do what you do. It's a 22.
The 22, same setup as everybody else. Everything fades to black. This, you are a different case, Urzak, because you are semi used to this feeling. Speaking with Devlin, when you do commune with your sword, this feels different in the sense that it it doesn't feel like a conversation. It doesn't feel like an open channel to something reciprocal. It feels like you are being shown a truth about your world, and you're seeing it whether you want to or not. You see a room with a desk and a chair. It has a wide multi-panel window at the far end. The sliver of moonlight cracking through it, cast upon the wall. In the middle of the room, there are 2 rows of 10 beds, 20 in total. 12 of those beds are now full. One of the children that occupies the beds is Shaw. She's alive, she's sleeping, as are the other 11 children. Watching over her and the others is a red dragonborn in platinum armor. He has a band on his wrist that you now recognize. He is awake and alert, and he is consistently scanning up and down the rows of beds. You see Shaw kind of fidget a little bit under her blanket. Try and roll over. You guess that she's trying to get comfortable. And she ultimately wakes herself up. He sees that and he walks over to her, and he is not menacing at all. He does everything he can to comfort her. He rubs her back very gently till she's back to sleep. And walks back over to his desk and resumes his position on the chair. The black begins to fade. Fires of the braziers begin to burn again, and you are back here in the room with everybody else. Alora now looks to this back wall up here. Again, it's about 50, 60 feet high. Obviously very, very wide. She's going to project an image on this back wall for all of you to see and experience together at the same time. It seems like a time lapse almost, a fast forwarding of your journey through the wilds. It's not focused on you, though, even though your party comes in and out of frame here and there. It's focused on the horizon. You can see very clearly figures you've noticed since you've entered the wilds. Starting with about 6 or 7 of them, you experienced for the first time waking up this morning, seeing one less than you saw the day before. But because this is a time lapse, time is sped up, and you see them slowly drop down below the horizon one by one, till there's one left. And you see what Teth would be personally very familiar with. A large, white-hot eruption from the center of the wilds. It makes no noise at first, till several aftershocks flow past your position, the vantage point that you're watching from. Any formations, any structures, anything that was in view before, leveled. The images fade from the back wall. She'll turn back to you. She'll say, "I've remained dormant for far too long. I fear most heroes have gone the way of Robert Visick, of Cerberus, and others have given their lives, like Silgath Shaw, like Marawil. The next generation of heroes must be born. I believe that starts with you. She'll look at Urzak say, citizens of this country need to remember what it is to be just. She'll look at Eric and what it is to be fair. Look at Vern. What it is to be kind. She'll look at Brackle. What it is to be misunderstood. It's okay to be these things, but not just one of these things. Please stop him. And before your eyes, her body will start to dematerialize, start to dissolve into these beautiful fairy lights almost, swirling around, kind of a self contained cyclone of fey energy and light. And as she does this, all five of you begin to disapparate as well. You all begin, your bodies begin to phase out of existence. And you can see, if you look at your hands in front of your face, you begin to fade away into the air. And then they. Yeah, just fast track up to level 20. That'd be great. You find yourself back in the wilds on the surface, standing in front of a small hut, almost. It looks very tiny. And on a very small plaque above the single door, it is labeled Kazat Maximum Security Prison. Off in the distance, you hear faint braying. What sound does an elephant make?
I like the trumpeting. The trumpeting.
The trumpeting. There we go. You hear trumpeting of several elephants as you look to see both prisoners, Hargrave and Coyle, all still intact and alive, walking towards you.
Does Hargrave look pissed? That we
Hargrave
left
looks
her?
so mad.
I imagine she always looks mad, though. She has a mean, resting bitch face.
She's pretty upset most of the time. And you can take one level. You can level up. Yes.
Ooh.
Mm.
Nice. See ya.
Bye, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. Have a good night, man. Good luck on Wednesday. Oh, you're gone. Okay.
What is he getting done?
I'll text
Yeah.
him. He has a medical procedure on Wednesday. He's having surgery. Largely non-invasive. So
Okay.
we're all good.
Mm.
Lobotomy?
Yeah, yeah. I hear they're mostly done through catheterization now. So it's just, they go in through the penis up to the brain.
They don't even put you under for it anymore.
Yeah, and that's where we're gonna end for tonight anyway. Half an hour early,
Nice.
but
Mhm.
you
Plus
are
one
at the
level.
door to the prison, which we will start in person on Saturday.
Wow.
Nice. I'll be honest though, I was kind of looking forward to. I thought Melora was going to just give us her orb in that moment. But the best striking us in the prison's cool too. Like that's convenient. But I was like, oh, we don't have to fight her for it. She just knows that like for the next wave of heroes, she needs to lend us her power. But
I saw her. I saw her bias. She went to the sea elf. She went to the half elf. Then she went to the elf.
She-
I
she
I was
really-
waiting for her final speech there, which was very well done.
Yeah.
But she was saying, you have to be kind, you have to be misunderstood. I was waiting for her to turn to Teth and say, and you must be judged. I was fucking waiting for it.
You must be made of metal.
Dude,
Oh my god.
pay for your
so
sins. Pay for your sins.
I don't know if it's still cryptic or if I'm I don't want to have missed it if I was supposed to get it. So the figures walking in the distance and the white eruption, is this a metaphor or is it, because I thought it was insinuating that like if we can't step up to it and all heroes now become corrupt, then she'll just like wipe out her creation or something. Like what was I supposed to? I think I missed something.
She was telling you pretty plainly. That's the time clock. It's those things.
Oh yeah, okay. So as they drop off, that's how much time we have left until boom from Visick, or boom from her.
That I'm going to tell you.
Okay. But it's like, okay, time is of the essence. Everything gets wiped out if we don't hurry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Vern is just thinking about how desperately he wanted to go and polish up those eyeball gemstones, but now it's like, maybe he's got to pick and choose which ones to polish up and use, and not just have a whole collection.
Yeah, I was gonna roll my hit dice, but it's a D6 now, so
Yeah.
I kind of want to use my dice.
Wait, are you doing wizard? Damn.
Yeah. Yep.
That's cool. That's okay.
It'll be fuck it. We're gonna do it. Do it live. I'll take a 5.
Hey, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. What is druid D8?
A druid is a D8, yes. The sorcerer is also D6.
5. Okay. It's the average. Okay.
5's not bad.
So we're level 15 right now, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Moving up into level 15. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Were the image that Vern was just talking about, was it audio as well, or was it just a like arcane eye where it's just visual?
Actually, in an arcane eye, you can see and hear, but it was audio and visual.
Oh, you can hear. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's divination. I think you have to choose between. Maybe I know there are
Oh, okay.
some differences between those two. I can't remember exactly. But arcane eye, I believe you can see.
Dude, I just heard about magic jar, which is a crazy spell.
Magic jar is one of my favorite spells in the entire game. I don't know if I'll ever be able to truly put it to use, but damn, is it cool!
Crazy.
So cool.
Guys, I have to pick out 10 spells. Oh
Nice.
my god.
Wow.
I don't think I do anything as a
Nice.
sorcerer. Level 15 is kind of a dud, huh?
You just get new spells though, right? You just get more. Choose more spells.
Do you get level 8 spells?
I don't choose more spells.
Really?
That
I don't
seems
think so.
sad.
That sounds.
I changed my level, so when does it?
I fucked up my sanity thing, and now it's just saying plus
Yeah,
0.
level 15, you get 8th level spells.
Yeah, I
I'm
was gonna
sorry.
say you should
No.
be able to.
Yeah, level
Oh
15,
no.
you get 8th level spells.
Yeah, you don't have a feature, but you get 1 8th level spell.
Okay.
Because of my dip in cleric, I'm going up to 14 druid.
And you. Oh no, you already know 6 cantrips. Never mind. You could swap a cantrip out for a different cantrip if you
I'll
wanted.
make a note of it, and I'll think about that.
Level 8 spells. Don't you get power?
Well, wait.
power-
Can I do both things, Or
Dude, eight
Swap a
cantrips.
Oh, yeah.
cantrip and do a level 8. Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, anytime you take a level, you can swap a cantrip for a different one that's on your list.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get you pumped. That's all.
Yeah, level 8.
Yeah.
Woo. What should I
15
go for?
one level 8 spell.
Power word stun.
Is that the big one?
Power
That's
word
the
is very cool.
favorite.
I think it's level 8. It's very much like flip a coin, and if it's tails, they're so fucked.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
like that.
I don't remember. I don't know if they like. I think it's like a minute of stun, and they don't get to resave.
So Eric's vision,
Crazy.
he's in a chair, my brother, and was that all?
Surrounded by
Was he
fire.
in a room out in the woods?
In a room.
In a room.
It was indoors, not outside.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to have 150 hit points or fewer, and they make no initial save. So they're at least stunned for one turn if they're under 150 hit points. And then for a minute at the end of their turn, they can make a con saving throw.
So they're
I
out of
believe
commission
Michael
from-
Fisco used Power Word Stun on Grim when we were still doing Lost Minds.
Hmm.
That guy that I played poker against.
Oh,
just
really?
to flex on me.
It's nasty. I cannot believe I get 3 cantrips. That makes sense. 7 level 1 spells is insane.
Wizards are powerful, man. Wizards are powerful. Eric at 15. Oh no, because you took a
cleric
level in cleric. I was gonna say you could take animal shapes if you wanted. Animal shapes is a crazy spell.
Yeah, I was trying to think of high level cleric spells.
Oh, Power Word Stun is not as good as they can do con saves at the end of each of their turns.
Yeah.
No, it was like I just dipped into cleric. Yeah.
Let's see.
Donovan.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking. Clerics are so fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I wanted so badly to multi-class Urzog as a cleric. And Bartles would have absolutely let me do whatever I wanted, but
yeah.
I think the wizard thing just makes more sense.
It's so good to have someone in the party with Bless and
it's just wizard. If you want this, Vern, I will, just because it's kind of like flavored for you. This is just a wizard spell, but I absolutely would let you take Illusory Dragon if you wanted.
Dude, that's such a cool spell.
Ooh,
It's
yeah,
cool.
that sounds fun. Illusory Dragon.
Sorcerers don't really get a lot of 8th level spells. There aren't many
I have
options.
6 options.
Seventh level is like the dead spot for wizards.
Sunburst. Maddening Darkness, mate? No, that's just Warlock, Wizard. Oh,
Incendiary Cloud, Power Word Stun, Sunburst, Earthquake.
Earthquake. Earthquake is a good massive combat spell. Like if you need to take care of a bunch of things at once, that's good. But Illusory Dragon is just like just a super sick thematic spell. You create a huge sized shadowy dragon in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. It lasts for a minute. When the illusion appears, any of your enemies that can see it must succeed on a wisdom save or become frightened for the duration. If the frightened creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight, it can repeat the saving throw. But if it does have line of sight, it does not resave.
Nice.
As a bonus action on your turn, you
I
can
do
move
like
the
that.
illusion up to 60 feet at any point during its movement. You can cause it to exhale a blast of energy in a 60-foot cone. Dang. Each creature within the cone makes an intelligence save or takes 7d6 damage of the chosen type on a failed save. It can be acid, cold, fire, lightning, necrotic, or poison. and that's as a bonus action. Once you cast it, it's concentration, but
Uh-huh.
like 76 as a bonus action every turn for a minute is nuts.
Yeah, I like it. I also just like it's the whole dragon element. That seems, yeah, it seems solid. I think I'll go that route. Question: can I
Yeah.
change any of my other spells, or is that a no go? I have to commit to what I've selected in the past.
What do you want to change?
Well, there's just like a couple that I have never used. Like I
I
don't know, I've never used.
Baldur's Tower.
I'm of the I'm of the mind if you've not because we've been playing what for like a year and a
Yeah.
half now
Yeah.
with you in the campaign. If you've not used a spell, yeah, swap that out. I don't mind that.
Okay, because I don't think I've
I'm not
used.
gonna let
Maybe
you
I used.
change like lightning bolt or chromatic orb because
No,
those have been
but I have
used a
like
bunch.
Globe of Invulnerability, and I have Investiture of Wind, and I don't
Oh,
think I've
the
ever.
investiture. Yeah, fuck that. That's the worst one too.
Those are
Is it really? I had no
Yeah,
idea
oh, it
about
is.
these
Yeah,
things.
wind is the
They're,
worst one.
they're so cool. Like they're such cool spells, but it's kind of like
yeah.
Globe
They're
of
they're really
invulnerability is
situational.
okay against spellcasters. Should be okay
Yeah.
in theory.
Uh, I think if you're gonna use your action economy for spells, though,
Uh,
Isn't
uh,
it? Is it
the globe of
concentration?
invulnerability doesn't.
If it's concentration, it's a little bit less cool.
oh yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, so I can
Yeah,
pick.
man.
I can replace those
And
6 levels with something else.
yeah,
Okay.
actually, that's a good point for me to rehash on Saturday too. Yeah, Donovan or Brad, if there's anything that you have not used on your spell list,
Well,
feel free to swap. I'm fine with that.
druid doesn't matter because
You repeat. Yeah, you read.
yeah, I just know everything and then I prepare whatever
You're
for
good.
the day. So
Think
like day to day, you just prepare something.
I don't
Yeah.
know how Eldritch Knights work. Do they prepare spells daily, or do you just know spells?
uh, it's gonna get really fucking weird.
It sure is.
Because Eldritch Knights uh know and prepare all of their spells.
Okay.
Wizards can know as many spells as they want, but they have to prepare spells. So since I have a spell book, which is really going to be thrown off by the armor as well, to compound everything, but like the spell
Right.
book, I can have 20, 20 spells in it, but I can only prepare 7 per day.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be weird.
The spell book that Brackle picked up, I believe that he can use most of these spells.
I was
They
wondering
were,
how that's gonna work.
um, but it might make more sense for you to just like copy some of them if you want.
Yeah.
Because it's guidance. It's all divination. So it's guidance, detect magic, identify, detect thoughts, find traps, find objects, uh, see invisibility, arcane eye, locate creature, commune with nature. What's that one? I gave them all different names, so now I'm just like trying to figure out. Oh,
Hey,
that's probably scrying,
I can
telepathic bond, find the
put
path, true
like
seeing.
I could put like 20 spells in the plate. So uh
Telepathic bond would be fucking sweet.
I don't know if
uh
you're ever going to reach a level that you can cast telepathic bond. Maybe
I
it's level 6.
if I will not get 6. I will get 5th level spell slots. I will get 5th level spell slots and only level 3 spells from my class.
So yeah, you could, but
So
it'd be at the very
you
end
could
of your
learn
career.
5th level spells through your armor because
Yep.
that stipulates it has to be a spell that you can cast.
I could also put it in my spell book, but I have to find the spells. I just won't learn them naturally.
Right. Do druids get foresight, or is that just a wizard spell? Because you might be able to use that, Eric.
Oh,
Foresight is
nice.
a ninth level,
I don't know.
but that's the last spell in that spell book.
I'll tell you in a second. Let's see.
I don't think bards can use it, but I think it might be a druid and wizard spell.
I'm gonna look it up here.
I don't know.
Yeah, Bard, Druid, Warlock, Wizard.
Oh, hell yeah. So everybody except for Vern. Sorry, Vern.
I always question these because I think
That's okay.
they'd be specific to some subclasses or something. But yeah,
Oh yeah, those are just granted spells.
Dude, I saw something. It had to have been on TikTok that I think is like, if it when mentioned to me the next time I run a long form campaign, honestly, something I should implement in my current campaign. But we only have one spell caster, or actually two. I lied. But like every class has a like a utility do nothing magic spell, like prestidigitation, thaumaturgy, or druidcraft. Like
Mhm.
that should be free for all those classes. You should just have that. It should not take one of your cantrips. It's like
Yeah.
simple magic
I agree
crap
with
that
that.
everybody does, and it's like everybody should just have that.
Unless,
Yeah.
but the thing is, though, sometimes you have to pick that or cleric just do guidance instead of thaumaturgy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You should just have thaumaturgy, so you don't have to make that choice.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because it's
I
a
agree.
bunch of like really non-consequential effects and things that you can do that are just flavor for your character.
Yeah.
True. True.
That being said,
Even
Urzak now has
druidcraft.
prestidigitation.
Hey.
Hey, sweet. I was thinking of doing like thaumaturgy when what's his name picked Eric up.
Oh.
Just like booming voice to get his attention, But then I realized, oh yeah, he's fixing the curse. So then thaumaturgy should have just been to like Bracco, been like, it's okay,
Should have thaumaturgy your eyes to emit white
Dude,
beams as the
I
smoke
was
is coming out.
no, I was thinking like eyes into like dollar signs and then into like just something something like glowing nice when my curse was yeah.
I we should just do that. That makes sense. Everybody gets a thaumaturgy. Just everybody take thaumaturgy for free. Or
Think so?
prestidigitation. I mean, yeah.
Well, I'll let you say
One
I'd say
one
that.
of the three,
I mean,
right?
I have
Prestidigitation,
thaumaturgy because my
thaumaturgy,
cleric
or
but yeah.
um, druidcraft.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with one of those three going for free. 'Cause that's what it is, though, right? It's just like basic,
Yeah.
like the rudimentary magic that everybody learns before they heighten their abilities.
Prestidigitation is harmless sensory effects such as shower sparks, puff of wind, faint musical notes, or an odd odor. Light or snuff out candle or torch, or small campfire. Instantly clean objects. Chill, warm, or flavor a cubic foot of non-living material. Color markers make a symbol appear on an object.
Yeah.
Or that's interesting. Create a non-magical trinket or an illusory image that can fit in your hand and last until the end of your next turn. So that one's really short. It's only 6 seconds, but that's probably like the biggest. It all feels like flavor for role playing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's like basic like wizarding stuff. I think that's the thing. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna just like snuff out this candle. Oh, you're gonna change the color of the drapes from red to blue.
Mhm.
Things that don't
Well,
widely affect the outside world.
thanks, Barles. Now I have to actually pick another cantrip.
You sound pissed.
So that goes for you guys too, Eric and Vern.
Mm.
You guys can choose Druidcraft, Prestidigitation, or Thaumaturgy, and take it for free.
So I've got Druidcraft thaumaturgy. So you're saying just change one of those, keep one of them
Yeah,
for
pick
free.
whichever one and take
Okay.
it off, and you can just use it for free.
Okay. I'll pick up.
You might not have either of those right now, Vern. I don't think you picked either of those.
I didn't. I don't know why. So prestidigitation.
In all fairness, it does
Okay.
nothing. So
Yeah, I know, but it's so it's fun. Prestidigitation
not
is
in
the one
this
that like
campaign.
cleans things, right? And
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just read all the effects. Yeah, which
okay.
sounds just like
Sorry, I was
thaumaturgy and
reading other
druidcraft.
things. This
Very close.
creation spell sounds cool. I mean, not good for combat, but you just get a 5-foot cube of like stuff creation.
it called
Yeah,
creation.
creation. In
Yeah.
Andrew's campaign, when he DM'd it, I played a bard, a creation bard, and I had creation as a spell.
Oh,
It was really
dude,
fun.
was it?
That definitely rewards
No, it
role playing.
was.
Yeah.
It was the character. It was the
Yeah.
Daft Punk character I made for Aaron in that one-off you
Mm.
did. He
Christo.
was, yes, Christo. He was also a same bard, but at the higher level, you can create anything as long as it's under a certain gold cost.
Yeah.
So I put an I told Aaron, I was like, okay, you can make purple worm poison, and you have poisoner as a feat. So as a bonus action, you can apply this poison that you can make infinitely to your weapons. And
Dude.
purple worm poison is fucking nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, interesting.
Yeah, creation
can-
is really cool.
You can make a pile of gold or whatever, but it's if someone, investigates it, then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's made of wood or plaster.
It's almost like this description was made for me because like I'm reading about all these things. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then it says gems only last 10 minutes, so make it fast. I'm like, oh, damn it! Well, so much for getting all my gems.
Yeah, I want Trent to play an illusionist. Heck yeah, take all the illusion spells.
I think it'd be cool.
Illusion spells are cool, man.
I mean, I do so much with my lightning. It doesn't necessarily need more fighting magic. I'm just so
Yeah,
excited to get
I
rid
mean,
of
now that you have
Investiture of
Eldritch
Wind.
Blast now too, so
And that's you're right. So I'm not gonna
you need
want to.
any
do
any
any
combat magic now.
Right. I'm set.
Oh, that being
Mm.
said, for Meat Grinder next Monday, I do want to make a wildfire. That'd be cool. The wildfire pet.
I've always wanted to play a wildfire druid. It sounds so
But
cool to me.
Someone told me you did.
I played a version of a wildfire, just everything reskinned to acid, which was cool. But it was only up to level 3, so I didn't get a
So
chance
what's
to play it.
Wait, so
What
you
is a
didn't do like
wildfire
the
druid?
spore druid or whatever? You didn't do that?
I did not play a spore druid. No.
Really did that
The
for
wild.
Xanthoria.
Yeah. That was the one where I played.
Oh yeah, his character.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god, we found him like in the middle of the cave. Yeah.
Yeah,
The fucking
wildfire
the
druids are
earthquake.
cool because they have a
That's right.
wildfire spirit
Mm-hmm.
that
The
you can
teleporting is
spend
so.
wild shape charges to summon,
Yeah,
and
you're
use
gonna
this
do
to
that.
put a-
That is
yeah,
gonna be your
it's such a
bonus
cool
action.
thing. Right.
The fiery teleport. That ability is so cool.
Mm-hmm. In the ability to turn death into magical flames that can heal or incinerate.
I can't wait to show you guys my magic missile thing and other spells with my wizard. With Halbarad, the father. So the Halbarad today was the brother, Halbarad II.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is it the second or is it junior?
So basically, this is the father's the first one, and then
Mhm.
I would say second. I wouldn't say junior. No, I don't think elves do fucking juniors, but
No.
who knows? Maybe sea elves are like the hillbillies of all the elves.
At least the
Oh.
sea elves that aren't blue.
Oh yeah, that was the funny thing building the character. I had
Non-blue
none
sea
of the
elves are like
missions.
gingers of Azura. It's like 3% of the population of sea elves are not blue. Everybody's like, "Oh my
Oh
god,
yeah, just a
you don't have a
genetic
soul."
mutation.
Yeah, it's just a defect.
Dude, the D&D Beyond Permissions thing was bullshit.
I don't know what's going on with that.
It's still
Yeah.
weird because I don't have spells like that wizards should have, like Soul Cage, and I don't have Mental Prison. But I don't know if that's. I don't know what it is.
So I have the master tier. I can create unlimited characters and encounters. I can add publicly shared homebrew. I have early access to all tools. I have monthly subscriber perks. I share unlocked content with all of my players.
I feel like a lot of the stuff I'm missing is like Xanathars, technically.
Unless I have to be the one that actively shares it, maybe? Because right now in our campaign, Donovan is the one that is content sharing.
Is it? I will disable that because I don't have the plus anymore or whatever. That would explain it.
Like, I don't think I got any of the Tasha's additional spells.
I think I have Tasha's. I don't remember.
Like, I have physical Tasha's and Xanathars. Those are my two.
I will tell you this. It doesn't say that I'm content sharing on my end.
Well, that
might
is
fix
probably
things
why.
if we have Barlos be the sharer.
Try now. Let's see if it works
Yeah.
now.
Let me refresh here. Okay.
Gosh, this whole time I
Because
thought that it was
remember,
just
I was like, oh, I can't pick
automatic.
Hexblade.
Which is so weird. Like, what?
Yeah, that did it.
Yeah, that worked because now I got Booming Blade and yeah, all kinds of other options.
Gosh.
Well, fuck yeah.
Well, that saved me a lot of work. Great. I'm happy about that.
Me too. Yeah, because we would have been coming to you and been like, hey, how
I know.
come?
Can you add this spell to my character?
Work
Yeah, I
for me,
guess.
DM. But love you for sharing. Thank you guys.
I thought that it was already shared. I thought that we were just.
That would have been the way we'd done it in the first place, right?
I honestly, I thought that you were always
Yeah.
the sharer of this campaign anyway.
I thought that you were always the sharer. That was my.
Apparently, you were
Both
right. So
ignorant to the problem.
no, apparently you were right.
No, I'm glad that it's all figured out now.
Beautiful,
with that.
beautiful.
Trent, what kind of rogue are you gonna make?
Oh yeah,
Urzak?
who's Trent's character? Like Vern is bringing
what?
the secondary
Oh.
character.
Oh, my mother.
It's Vern's mom.
Yeah.
Vern's mom has got it going on.
What if I just also make her just like a very Jewish sounding woman and just play into that stereotype again?
Yeah.
And no, I don't think that's gonna be Lyra.
Be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have
I mean,
an idea about subclass or anything?
no, if you guys have suggestions. Well, since I only vaguely remembered what it was that I had to make for this second character. I remember we had that conversation, but in my head I had forgotten that was this. Okay, yeah, but what's your suggestion for a good subclass? Like, what are the rogue subclasses?
Some of them
what do
are
you want to
really
do?
Well,
Yeah,
she's part of the
they're all
knife,
very.
so like assassins and things, right? I mean, I think.
Assassin's good.
Yeah, there is an
Assassin's like there's like
it's
the
very good
basic.
at one thing. Yeah.
Okay.
You get one massive hit when you enter combat, and then it's just
I'm thinking Vern's mom Lyra, just Gloomstalker Ranger.
I
think that would be a
Ranger.
good.
No Rangers. I already have Ranger Rick.
Okay, I will tell you this: if you take 3 levels of Gloomstalker Ranger and put Assassin with that, that's a fucking nasty combo.
Mm-hmm.
3
Yeah.
levels Gloomstalker. I don't know what that is, but
Because that gives you like
That's
you
Dread
add your
Ambusher.
wisdom modifier to your initiative bonuses, so you'll be going first more often. And the assassin thing is if you go first in combat, or if you attack something that has not gone in combat yet, they are you get your sneak attack automatically. You don't have to do anything else for it.
Ooh,
And then Dread Ambusher, you get an extra attack on your first round of combat as well. That does extra damage.
So you can sneak attack twice essentially
nice.
with the assassin feature and Gloomstalker combined.
Okay.
Um,
I gotta read up about rogues, clearly.
that's what I did. Okay, so the big thing with rogues is all your damage comes from sneak attack.
Okay.
So if you're thinking if you're building your character from a term of like, I want to do tons of damage, then basically you want to find out how do I get advantage on my attack
Yeah.
rolls? How do I get sneak attack?
The idea is to maximize the amount of advantage you get.
Okay.
That's the key.
There is. I feel like that's not how you play characters at all, though. If I'm being honest, I feel like you're a very min-max person. But
Yeah. So to be frank, that is the mechanical way to play
Yeah.
a rogue.
Okay.
You to play it however you can play it however you want. I mean, you can go completely the opposite direction and play something like a soul knife or a swashbuckler, which are very like overt like mid-range damage dealers.
Are
So
the
then it relies.
Weatherbees are the Weatherbees rich from pirate gold? Because that'd be they're at Charvassus. They're on the coast, you know?
That's true. That is very true.
Maybe that's why Vern has this like longing to be part of like the the rabble, because that's like in his blood.
that's why he wants fucking trains, is so he can rob people and get away really quickly.
That's it. That's all.
He just wants a train heist.
What's the soul?
Dude,
soul thing?
that's such a good one-shot idea. Weatherby's
train
train heist.
I like it.
Heck yeah.
Soul Knife, or else you can tell him about Soul Knife. That's what's his face is.
Gael was half soul knife. Soul knife is very cool. I'm looking at swashbuckler right now though, and I don't know why I've not ever suggested this to somebody.
Swashbuckler is really
Rika's-
cool. Yeah, Brockish Audacity.
So you have a bonus to initiative rolls equal to your charisma, which is like whatever. I guess you really only need dex. So
If you do a Swashbuckler, you take Charisma, because there's that, and then is it Panache?
Nash. Yeah, the second half of Rakish Audacity, you gain an additional use to your sneak attack. You don't need advantage on the attack roll to use sneak attack. If a creature against a creature, if you are within 5 feet of it, no other creatures are within 5 feet of you, and you don't have disadvantage. So if you're 1v1ing somebody and nobody else is around,
And
you
melee
can
range.
just
Yeah.
sneak attack for free.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you want to do a melee rogue, that's the big one. They're also kind of like the charmers. They're very God. Who's the guy from Princess Bride?
Oh, like Inigo Montoya?
Yeah, I think about him as a swashbuckler.
Yes.
What is Panache? Is
You can make a charisma check, persuasion contested by a creature's insight. Creature must be able to hear you, and the two of you must share a language. If you succeed on the check, and the creature is hostile to you, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than you, and can't make opportunity attacks against targets other than you. So you're goading it essentially.
Yeah.
You force other creatures to fight against you instead of other
1v1 me,
people.
hopefully. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can sneak attack them in broad daylight.
I kind of like that. I think that's a good That might be a
At
good
15th level,
choice.
you'd also get Elegant Maneuver. At 13th, you can use a bonus action on your turn to gain advantage on the next acrobatics or athletics check. Oh, that's fine.
What are you laughing
So
about, Brad?
I'm just laughing because we did the sharing thing so that it works for the campaign. Immediately went to Halberad and was like, okay, ability score improvements to Warcaster and Telekinetic with intelligence +1. Like, feats. Yeah.
Mm,
I'm like, yep, those decisions are happening.
yeah.
But do you not
Yeah,
have, do you not have access to your feats?
Dude, yeah, it was just like critical role
Like the
shit.
base
Oh,
feats.
dude, yeah.
Pyro.
I have all the books. Well,
shit.
not all the books. I have at least the core books.
Okay.
So, I don't know what that looks like.
I mean, I'm enjoying Tasha's and Xanathar's, but the physical copies, and I'm like, ugh, I wish there's just like a way to input the code into D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Come on.
As someone who collected the books for 3rd edition, I'm really upset that they don't do that because I want to hold the books as well and put them on a shelf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, because I bought the books for 5th edition way before D&D Beyond was a thing. I had to buy them again.
Like, it's like this handbook that's coming out. It's like, I would love to have it in physical copy, but especially because there's going to be a bunch of new art for spells.
Mm-hmm.
Should
Be cool.
Barlos, when is the secondary characters? When are we doing that again?
That'll be the dungeon after the prison. So
Okay.
I don't know, like a month and a half, 2 months.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Just uh, more visions and things coming up with all of them. So I'd like to have a character sheet to reference for
Okay,
more
yeah,
specifics.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All I got to do now with Halbrad is tweak the spell list. I did a
Mhm.
weird convention. I don't know if I went, because I didn't go level by level to do like add 2 spells per level. And so I'm just like doing like a known spell list of like 2 at 7, 3 at 6, 4 at 5, just one each, higher. So by first level, I have 8 first level known. I still only
Mhm.
prepare whatever they say, 19 or something, but
Mhm.
just known spells. Fast tracked. Just made a convention and picked
Is
that.
is eye bite any good of a spell?
Yeah.
I bite as a sick spell.
Yeah, it
Uh,
can be pretty nasty.
It's probably one of the better necromancy spells, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if Vern would do necromancy. I was kind of thinking about the eyeball and like thinking about. I saw that it had an eye in the name, and I'm like, oh, that could be an appropriate one.
The
But
one
it
thing
is-
I will say to dissuade you from eye bite, thing
Uh,
is you're trying to dissuade yourself anyway.
I think at that level you
Uh,
get mass suggestion too.
Brackle has eye bite,
oh,
and
does he ever use it?
he's said out loud that he's like excited to use it and he's saving it for a very specific situation.
Oh, I will let him have that moment then. Whatever that is.
I'm like 95% sure about that.
Okay.
I think that is correct. Because he was on the verge of using it against Gavorish that one time, and he stopped himself and commanded him instead. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, eye bite it can be pretty crazy.
Oh, Michael Barlos, I'm so sorry
For what? For all the
for
things you're adding into Urzak.
for specifically silvery barbs.
Oh no.
Oh, Silvery Barbs isn't that bad.
I always hear about that.
It's very much a no. I don't like this dice roll. Do it again.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Which in a lot of situations I don't like, but I feel like I love it when it's like there's this big really cool moment that a player's trying to have happen, and they've like done everything they can. They've used their inspiration, they've used their help action, whatever, and it's still not working. And it's like, okay, pull out silvery barbs, let them roll again.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. Great
Oh,
session tonight, guys.
yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you as always.
Thanks, dudes.
Appreciate it.
We'll
Donovan,
reconvene on
items for
Saturday
my
for a full day.
wildfire druid for Monday. Any magic
I
items?
will text the group chat. I haven't completely decided, but it'll probably be 3 items of purple rarity or lower. Probably.
Guys, cool. Have a good night.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Good night.
All right.
See you
Yeah, all right.
Saturday.